I'll take a large Pepsi.
We only have Coke, is that okay?
I'll take a gram.
Would you like a hooker with that too?
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Laura, aka PURPLEXEDQT. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you, Turbo. There were a lot of intros. I just try to make up like the 5 minutes. So I see that I am never going to be able to have a nighttime live without competing with somebody about this case. So there's only one thing to do and not talk about the case. I'm kidding. So, okay. This is not going to be a 7-hour live again. I promise you that because I have candles to make. But let me say hi to all members, Patreons, former members, former Patreons, haters, because I know you're watching, lurkers, and everyone in between. I'm going to make this open panel, but a couple things I want to say first. I feel like everybody in this community is losing their mind for one reason or another. I'm not totally sure why everybody's losing it. You know, it's one thing to come up with theories based on stuff that actually happened. But something I heard tonight was beyond disturbing. And it just doesn't need to happen. And that was put out by dOUG. I only got a clip of it. I didn't see the whole thing. But why? Just why? And listen, I'm going to let you guys hear it. So that's one thing I want to talk about because I am just so disgusted at what I heard. And I didn't watch the whole live. Like I said, I just got a clip. So I don't know the before and after. But when it was sent to me, I'm like, what the hell is this? I just don't get it. Why? Just tell me why you're putting stuff like this out in the universe. I just don't. I don't know if he's trying to do this to gain subs. I don't know if he thinks because Ryan Upchurch, you know, does put stuff out there that it's the same. Here's the difference. Ryan puts stuff out there based on, like, he can piece it together. It may be only in his mind he can piece it together, but he can piece it together. What dOUG put out, you're not piecing anything together. You're putting shit out in the universe that doesn't need to be there. Stuff that her family, in my opinion, is even worse than saying she doesn't exist. I just don't get it. Why? Why would you do this? So hey, Bonnie, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to learn shortly. So the other thing I want to talk about, Zav Girl posted a picture before. I thought she was out of her mind. I even said to her, I was in the middle of writing a super chat to tell her she was out of her mind and that she's hanging out with Ryan too long. Then I really started looking at the picture and I'm like, she might be right. So I really want other people's opinions. I have tried over and over and over to match this together and I can't disprove it. I just can't disprove it. So I kind of want to know what you guys think because I don't know what to think anymore. I don't. DOUG's lost his golden cow. Jade, I'm not even going there. I'm not. I don't even want to mention his name. I could care less. Hey, Janie, you're not green anymore. Hey, Capone. let me play you what Doug has played or has said. And again, I only have a clip. But why? Just why? Hold on, let me grab it. Hey, Margaret. Is Connie in here? She says I never say hi. Hey, Daniel. All right. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. That is my point. Wait till you hear this.
I did install a new button.
No, not that. Here it is.
Kiely is in or near her car, but does not drive away. The predator waits for the other partygoers to leave during the mass exodus. Kiely passes out or falls asleep in her car or on the ground next to her car. If she stays awake, she is approached by the attackers.
Hold on. Let me put it on my cell phone so it sounds better. Hold on. You guys will be able to hear it much clearer on my cell phone. All right. Now, again, this is only 27 seconds of it.
Kiely is in or near her car, but does not drive away. The predator waits for the other partygoers to leave during a mass exodus. Kiely passes out or falls asleep in her car or on the ground next to her car. If she stays awake, she is approached by the attacker who gains her trust and offers to drive her home, get in a car with her. Sometime passes out when the campground is empty enough. He essays her in the backseat of her own car. Nobody hears or sees the attack. Kiely may have been unconscious during or after the essay, or she may have been strangled or close to death or dead during. He rolls her body over the back into the back. He opens the trunk, wraps a seatbelt. Kiely is in or near her car, but does not drive away. The predator waits for the other partygoers to leave during a mass exodus. Kiely passes out or falls asleep in her car or on the ground next to her car. If she stays awake, she is approached by the attacker who gains her trust and offers to drive her home, get in a car with her. Sometime passes out when the campground is empty enough. He essays her in the backseat of her own car. Nobody hears or sees the attack. Kiely may have been unconscious during or after the essay, or she may have been strangled or close to death or dead during. He rolls her body over the back into the back. He opens the trunk, wraps a seatbelt.
Oh, no. This is his thoughts. From what I understand, this is his thoughts. This is what he believes. Why would you put that even out there in the universe? Why? Like, just why? Where are you getting this from? Why would you even, like, her family, her friends had, had nothing to do with it. But there are people that watch, it's the internet. Why would you even put that out in the universe? Just why? I don't get it. Yes, tree hugger. Even if he's
to drive her home. Kiely is in or near her car, but does not drive away. The predator waits for the other partygoers to leave during a mass exodus. Kiely passes out or falls asleep in her car or on the ground next to her car. If she stays awake,
I don't care who's reading it. I don't care where it's from. Doug had it typed out with bullet points. Yeah, that's what I was told. That's Doug's theory. Doug was reading his own work. Why would you put that out there? And that's like based on absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's nothing to base that on. Where did you even come up with this theory? It's one thing to come up with a theory that you think, you think that this one's involved or that one's involved. That's fine. You think this one, maybe you see something. That's fine. But to do this detailed thing that she was essayed, what the fuck are you talking about? Not only was she essayed, but she did this and, she was then strapped in there. She was floating on the ceiling. Nobody was strapped down to anything. But so many people don't know the facts. So many people don't look at the facts. They just come up with whatever they want for clicks and views. Or people thinking that that's the right way to go. Sorry, but it's not. And it's so irresponsible to put something like that out there. Like, you can have a theory, but you don't have to be so descriptive in your theory that I just can't with it. Like, why? Hey, Bobby, just why? Why would you put that out there? And where are you even getting this stuff from? That's the other thing I don't get. Where is it coming from? Nobody said anything about S-Aid or, another thing that I keep hearing, and I don't even understand it. People keep saying that she was going to sleep in her car. Did we all forget that she texted her mom 45 minutes before she was supposed to be home at 11:30 and said, "Mom, I will be there in 45 minutes." She had no plans on sleeping there. So where are you even coming up with this shit from? You're just making it up. Is this what you secretly want to do to people? Are these like your secret fantasies or something? Because I kind of worry when your mind goes there when it shouldn't go there. Your mind should not be in the gutter like that, coming up with scenarios that all these things happen to her that never even happened, or that we have no proof happened. And yet here you are coming up with these wild ass fucking scenarios. Why? Why, Doug? Why? I'm glad I didn't hear the rest of it. I really don't want to hear the rest of it. That was enough. That was all I needed to be like, whoa. Normal people don't think like that. Normal people do not come up with these scenarios. They may say something like, I don't know. Yeah, I know. No, Sammy didn't say that. Sammy said that. No, actually, no. Sammy couldn't have said she was staying in the car. Why do I know Sammy didn't say that? Because Sammy made a whole thing about how she was going to drive her home. Everyone knew Kiely was driving home. No, not Doug of AWP, creator. Thank you, Dumpster Fire. Sammy did not say that. No, yeah, not Doug from AWP. No, he was reading his own theories. He was reading his own live. No, Sammy said, yeah, she said that she thought maybe Kiely would stay, but none of that makes sense. No, true crime people don't think like that. They don't make up crazy ass stories. We may come up with scenarios, but not to that extent. That's just not a normal thing to do. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's just not normal. Yeah, Sammy said that she thought she might sleep in the car. But we all know that Kiely texted her mom 45 minutes before 12:30 at 11:15 and said, "I'll be there in 45 minutes." That was at 11:30. 11 or 11:30, her mom said. So I don't know, just sick people come up with that kind of scenario, and it's sick to me. It's disgusting. I just don't get how you can come up with something like that. It's gross. No one talks about me? Oh, I can't get people to stop talking about me now. Can you imagine if I died? Hey, Alicia. No, not Doug from AWP. But seriously, people don't shut the fuck up about me. I think I get talked about more than Ryan. Hello? But whatever. Sammy didn't think first spoke. Now, let me tell you something. We may owe somebody an apology, and I'm not joking about that. Here's my second thing before I open up panel, okay? I want to know what you guys think of this. It was on Zab Girls. And like I said, at first, I thought she was nuts. I thought she was absolutely fucking crazy. There's no way. Well, sure enough, she might not be so crazy. All right. No, you want to know the reason? Because I ignore people and I move on when it's okay, Harley. I move on when it's time to move on, and I don't go back on my word and say I'm never going to do that and then run and go do it. That's just not me. And I don't need to kiss anyone's ass to fit in somewhere and then lie, and I just don't. So there's that. What was I got? Oh, the picture. Now I should do it from Zab Girls Live because it's much clearer than the picture. So hang on. Oh, her live ended. Oh, her live ended. All right. Hang on. See, now that I see the whole thing, kind of have a different opinion. Hang on. Hang on, bear with me. Okay. Let me show that after. Hold on. Okay. See, even this is still, hold on. It's grainy. It's not really a good picture. Okay. So you look at this picture and you're like, what am I looking at? This, they don't look like the same person. What, it's like, has she been hanging out with Ryan too long? I don't get like the similarity. So that was my first thought. Like, it really was. That was my first thought. Like, that's definitely not the same person. But hang on. No, I went too far. Did I go too far? There, they don't look alike at all. Let me get the other picture. This is like too tough. Hold on. Because the other picture that I pulled, they do look alike. Yeah. Now, this is the one that I saw. That right there could be the same person, without a doubt. This picture and this person look similar. Absolutely look similar. No, she's not 11. But when you look at this picture, they absolutely look alike. This is the only one that I've seen. And I was like, am I crazy or do they not look alike? They look alike. So in some of the other pictures, she doesn't look the same. But again, this was the only one that I've seen. And down to the hair color, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, I mean, they really do look alike. Like I said, this is the only picture I've seen. But yeah, but in this picture, Tiffany, you can't really tell. In other pictures, you can. In this picture, you can't. You can't really tell. But I was sitting at Tiffany, ask Zav girl that. I can't answer for her. But that's why I'm like, am I crazy or is this the same person? When she first found a pic and said, stop talking about her, she's only 11. I don't believe a girl's only 11. I really don't. But I just thought that was wild. I really thought that was wild. Like, is this the same person? The point of it, because if this was the same person, that changes everything. Everything. That means that everything Ryan said is accurate. I mean, it completely changes everything. It's pretty important, like for real. And I'm just like, whoa. Yeah, but that news thing was when the war first started in Iraq. I mean, not in Iraq, in wherever. And that was over a year ago. So, but in that picture, it was like, wow, they really do look the same. My God. Wow. Now, in other pictures, though, that I saw, they didn't look the same. So, only in Ukraine. Yeah, thank you. Only in this picture, because one of them is Xaname's niece and the other one is Kiely's friend. But if she's only 11, because I was saving that. So, yeah. If Xaname was friends with them and that wasn't a lie, then Ryan's onto something. If they're not the same person, then we go back to where it was and Ryan didn't get anything right. But when I saw that of them being the same person, I was like, wow. Just wow. And I thought it was kind of wild. Hold on. Let me say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. And I said it before, so I'm going to say it again. I was talking about this particular picture. People then asked me, why was it relevant? And I explained why it was relevant. It has nothing to do with a whole conversation. It has nothing to do with anything. I am speaking about why this picture was or was not relevant. And being that this particular picture, they looked very, very similar and could be the same person, made me think, well, am I crazy? It's pretty much half and half in people I've asked so far. Some people say yes, some people said no. Some people say, yeah, I can see it. Other people say no. And I am just discussing it with you guys. So this doesn't mean to get on a bash Ryan or bash Zanime or bash anybody. I was simply, as a creator, presenting it to my people the way I saw it. That's it. That's it. There's no reason to question me about this one or that one. Again, I explained why it mattered, and I was explaining why I showed it. That's all. That's it. Well, when you look at other pictures, they don't look alike. The other girl looks much older, but I didn't see the other pictures. I only saw this one. And when I saw this one, I was like, holy crap. Just holy crap, because they did look alike. Oh, I did it on a screenshot though. I don't have any originals. Michelle, how do you know that was a troll comment? Honestly, how do you know that was a troll? Did he open it and show the entire conversation? Because that's what I want to know. Instead of denying it, and instead of saying how he should deny it and making himself look even more guilty, did he actually open it and show everybody the content? Because that's what I'm curious. Because unless he opened it and showed the content, not believe he had a very weird reaction. No joke. Very weird. Some people calling us a mafia seem to be the ones. Okay, I hear you, Capone. Yeah, Tony, he didn't deny it. That was definitely not a troll. He literally showed it and thought nothing of it. So I don't know what he told everybody. He was nervous about it. I agree. And if it was a troll, all he had to do was open it up and show the content. If there was nothing to hide, just open the content and say, Ryan, you're wrong. It was something somebody sent me. Instead, he denied till he couldn't deny anymore. Then he tried bashing Ryan. All Ryan did was ask him. All you had to do was say, hey, what is this? It was wild. Hey, Marty. He acted very guilty. I agree. GB, when Ryan called out his DM, Tony freaked out. So I agree with you. He did hear. He was guilt. Ryan was calm. But I'm sorry. But, if you didn't watch my 7-hour live last night, if it was two guys that want to tag team a girl, they would use the word tag team. They're not going to use the word gangbang. Gangbang means rape. Gangbang means, basically raping a girl. That's what gangbang is. If you want more than one person, you would say tag team or let's do it together. Unless you're someone like Doug would probably use the word gangbang. I have no doubt about that. But it's just not It's just not. Michelle, it was a DM. And by the way, if anyone that wants to question it, guess what? I have it on my live. I went to the video yesterday. I heard now he hit it. But hey, Dre, I believe the photo of Zaname's niece was taken in February and news report stage was 11, so doubt same girl. I'll agree with that. And thank you, Dre. How's the candle, by the way? So I heard that he hit it. He hit it by now, but last night I went on the live. I went to the one that Ryan showed it was, went on Tony's channel, went to that exact live and pulled it up. And I did it all live and showed the comment, showed where he showed it. That was a private DM on Instagram. He was showing that Sing lady or whatever, that freak that tried to lie. He was showing all her text and nobody noticed his gangbang comment on the left. It was pretty wild. Lindsay, why are you so dumb? Can you please tell me why you're so dumb? When you answer why you're so dumb, then I'll answer your question. Oh, wait. As a matter of fact, I've already answered that question 10 fucking times. So maybe you might want to clean your ears out because then you can actually hear what I said. Just saying. Where'd she go? I want to give her the boot myself. Wait, what? Tony has check-ins to Truckee the 8th through the 11th. Trucking industry 20 years, owns a locksmith LLC in a Ukraine group. All right, I would need proof of that, Thomas. That's a bit over the top. That is a bit over the top. I would need proof of that. Or a threesome. Thank you, Andrea. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, no, it's live. It says unknown person. Thank you, Dre. I saw the whole thing go down on Tony's channel. It was outrageous. It was a private DM on his personal IG. Tony deflected and had the audacity to state he was going to gangbang Ryan's mother. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. And Ryan played that really cool. Ryan said, "Who is this to?" And Tony said, "Your mother." Ryan remained cool. He's like, "Dude, what am I, 12? What are you, 12? Like, I'm 31 years old." I was like, all right. I don't know where that person went to block her. Yeah, Tony is married. Instagram user. That means the person probably deleted their account. Mama Church did. Yes, she did. I saw someone posted the short in Discord. Ryan did take the high road. Making fun of Austin people? He and his panel went on saying GB would be fun. Oh, really? Yeah, but all he had to do, Ryan Jones also deleted his account. Really? Well, isn't that interesting? Thomas asking for the email. Okay. Send it to Laura. I'll make it easier for you. Send it to PURPLEXEDQT@gmail.com. Hey, Coffee. Looks like she was already blocked. All right. Ryan was comment. I'm dressing. Yeah, I want to see proof of this with Tony. Because that'd be pretty whack. That'd be messed up. There you go. I agree with that. I've never seen him so calm either. Anime could have told the reporters any age she wanted. The younger the person, the easier to bring to the U.S. I don't know, but I'm just saying, in this picture, in this particular picture, they look like the same person. I don't care who you are. They look like the same person. Again, other pictures, they don't. This picture, which is the only one I saw, they do. Absolutely. Hey, Campbellina. I'm sorry, boo. Born Ready, you'd have to ask him about that. I'm understand, guys. This is my channel. I do things the way I want, and I look at things the way I see them. So I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to bring you some that somebody else said that I didn't, think myself. That's not my channel. There's a million other channels that will do that. I am not one of them. But what I will do is if I see something that doesn't add up to me or that looks suspicious, I will bring that to you guys and say, what do you guys think? Many of Ryan's theories are whacked out of his mind, or I think his theories are whacked. However, if this was true, if Zanime is connected, then that opens up a whole new can of worms and we'll all put our foot in our mouth. But looking at the other pictures, not so much. Hey, Campbellina, thank you so much. Now you can make me do a choo-choo. Chugga chugga choo choo, and I owe Dre 4 of them. So Dre, chugga chugga choo choo, chugga chugga choo choo. There, my choo choo just broke. I never understood the thing on Zanime either, to be honest with you. I really truly didn't. But that's why this was like so important. It was like, what? So that's why I was kind of taken back. Has he been questioned? No, I want to see this proof. I don't even think Tony lives in California. I could be wrong, but I don't think he lives in California. Send some info, more if you're inside. Let's see. Are you from Creek Squad or are you somewhere different? Yeah, choo-choo malfunction. Are you from Creek Squad or somewhere else? Hold on. Arizona. All right. Well, Arizona is not far. You're independent. All right. Okay. Guys, it looks legit. Like, honestly, looks legit. I'm not joking. Is your name the same, Thomas? So I don't dox you? Yeah, it's the same. All right. So it looks like Facebook. I don't, honestly, if it was fake, I don't think the top would look like that. But it looks like he got it from his Facebook. Is that where you got it from, Facebook? So we have Anthony's check-ins, Truckee, Prescott, Truckee, Michigan, El Mirage, San Diego. Check-ins, Truckee, California, visitor on August 11th. I don't think he ever said he was going to Truckee. Hey, Whistledown. And then his groups, Ukraine People, YouTube All-American Dream Chaser, 12 members. Missing Persons, Unsolved Crimes, All-American Dream Chaser YouTube channel, 1,066 members. Campers Built, Not Bought. I was born in Ohio, grew up in Buckeye and Tonopah, Arizona. I enjoy working hard and playing harder. Retired from the trucking industry after 20 years. Focus now on health, fitness, family, and friends while pursuing several different businesses. Okay. So this isn't fake. It's not like somebody made it up. Yeah, but it's saying he retired. So why was he in trucking on the 11th? When was Sammy's interview? When did he interview Sammy? No, that's the I don't care about that. The gangbang thing, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that if he's saying that he retired, oh, he took it off? But if he retired, then why was he in trucking on the 11th? That's my question. No, it said 11th. Where do you see it says he was there on the 9th? What am I missing? Whoop. Where do you see he was there on the 9th? He was in Truckee, but he never said he was in Truckee, did he? Did he ever say he was in Truckee? I don't think so. All right, send me what you got. He interviewed Sammy on the 9th. Yeah, then he couldn't have been in Truckee. He couldn't have been in Truckee on the 9th because he, whatchamacallit, he interviewed Sammy in the same studio we keep seeing him in. Yeah, I don't think so either, Tiffany. I don't think he ever said that he was there. Yeah, the Tony DM was from July, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, why was he on, like, if I went to Truckee, I would tell you guys, I'm in Truckee. I'm visiting whatever. Like, he didn't go there for being a truck driver. Oh, that's pretty wild. Sorry, I'm drinking boba tea. I never heard him say he was there either, and I remember that. We were all watching him pretty close. His video was anime on August 17th. Yes, that's the one that had the gangbang comment. Tony told Sammy that he's been to Truckee several times before. He also checked into Truckee on August 9th. Yeah. Is it that on his, what's his Facebook? Anthony Dodge? He said he had been an Aaron interviewing Sammy. That's wild. Dodge Tony, exactly. Dodgy Tony. Yes, you can cut a fish, but why would you do that when there's a missing girl? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you check in to where there's a missing girl? That's weird. That was not a spam message. And if it was a spam message, all he had to do was open it and show it. And he didn't. He denied it. studio is a green screen, and I've wondered how he scored the interview. I think he just called her. And the reason I say that, and I have to give you a choo-choo. Chugga chugga, choo-choo. Thank you, Dre. But if you think about it, think about this for a second. If he, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought because I heard a bang. If Sammy, I'm sorry, in the text message that he showed, he asked somebody, do you live in Truckee? It was one of the things he asked them. Not, it was a couple of up from the GB comment. And I guess somebody wrote him or he wrote somebody and said, do you live in Truckee? So he definitely contacts people. Are you sent it to me on Facebook? Yeah, but we don't know if he tagged her. All right. So what happens is, hold on. Let me make sure there's no identifying information. Okay, so he tagged it is in Truckee, California. Police scanner is not Kiely Rodni. But that doesn't mean he wasn't there. Could be he was there, but it doesn't mean he wasn't there. You must be the only other one in chat who saw us go down. I don't like Ryan. Never heard one song, but this is legit info. Even if Tony ain't involved in this case, he is so sketch. Yeah, I don't think he was involved in the case, but like, why would you write that? Why would you check in there if you weren't there? I don't know. I don't check in anywhere. August 21st. She was just listening and checking in to get more view. Oh, you know what, Nicholas? You might be right. But Nicholas might be right. It might be a views thing. Oh, you're in Truckee. That's a good point. I'm going to go with that. I think Nicholas is right. But like, you have a YouTube channel. Why are you putting this on Facebook? I don't know. But I think Nicholas is right. It's to get more views. That makes a lot of sense to me. And I'll agree with that. All right. Let me... But that is kind of weird. To promote his YouTube. But he's not. It's just Anthony Dodge. I don't know. He's just weird to begin with. He said it was a private Facebook? That's not private. Oh, you know what he probably meant? He probably meant it's private Facebook, that it's not his All-American Dream Chaser page, maybe? Is it possible it's an alien abduction? I don't know. Why don't you ask them? Is it possible that you just can't stop? It's weird that he got the only YouTube interview. I'm telling you, he probably just called her. Oh, I know what I was doing. Hold on. He probably just called her. All right. I sent you a link. It's about a sister. Who, Tony's sister? Bonafide locksmith, fast, reliable. Yeah, well, I guess that would be him. Yeah, I see, but it says visited. Truckee, California, visited on the 9th. Prescott Valley, visited on the 10th. Truckee, visited on the 11th. I don't know. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm not going to deny it. This stream saying the grandpa knew too much, but he thought next voice answering question from the dad was the grandpa taught. What? You lost me on that. He said he called her and they scheduled a call back. See, but that's the thing. Some creators, I personally am not one of them, but some creators will call anybody involved in a case. They'll jump on it to get that first call, to speak to them. I don't write anybody. I don't know. Maybe I should, but I just don't. I mean, I have in the past, but I don't know. 9th is when the cops clear body of border Kiely was found at. Oh, for real? I don't remember dates. Yeah, I've seen pretty much all the videos that the Lost Lodge put out. I just think it's weird. I don't understand why people like calling the mom. Why would you call the mom who's worried about a missing kid? Speaking of the mom, let me tell you something. I have big problems with how the family has handled this. I understand that social media can take left turns. I understand social media can be a bit over the top. And hopefully I'll never know what it's like to lose a child. However, not one time have I heard them thank AWP. Not one time have I heard them thank social media. Not one time have I heard them even acknowledge social media. But when they were looking for her, they did. When they were looking for her, when they were taking donations, they did. And I've been thinking about this ever since I saw something earlier. And I'm sorry, but not once have they thanked anybody but their waste of life police department. And they thanked their community. Now, I understand thanking your community. How about thanking the people that actually brought Kiely home? I don't care what you think of their videos, what you think of them. How about just thanking and thank you to the outpour of support that we have gotten financially, the outpour of support that we've gotten from social media, aside from the crazies, aside from the crazy theories. I don't understand that. I really don't. Shouldn't you be more thankful for people that have helped you? People that she may never have been found if not for AWP. So you can thank all your community and the police and all the hours. But you know what? If they would have done their job right the first time, they wouldn't have had to have all those hours. If they would have done their job right the first time, they wouldn't be in the position they're in. And they wouldn't have to look like idiots that they look like. But instead, they wasted. I mean, they got paid. Don't get me wrong. They certainly got paid. And I don't mean AWP. I'm saying the police department. They totally got paid. Whoever's backstage, hang on one second. And why aren't you thanking anybody else? It's weird to me. Hold on. Let me see who's backstage. All right. Dre, is that really you? I don't want to be cloned. I don't want you to be cloned. Is that really you, Dre? See, they're not answering. Dre usually has a camera on, so that's why I would just want to make sure that it's her. All right. All right, you could turn it off. You could turn it off. I just want to make sure it was you. What's up? Hey, Dre. Dre? See, y'all talk about StreamYards. There you go.
Stage again somehow.
What?
I'm backstage again. I don't know. Am I on?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. This whole thing is, I hate to even use the word shit, but I'm going to say it's a shit show.
I agree.
It is like peeling layers of an onion, and every layer has a sub layer, and then every sub layer has another sub layer. This is a strange thing. Now, I just wanted to say a couple things. I agree with you. I mean, first of all, AWP, I don't think that they themselves need their ego stroked, and so therefore they don't really need to be thanked. They don't seem like they're the kind that needs to be thanked. However, in omitting the word of gratitude, in the parents, or I was going to say the mother, omitting gratitude, words of gratitude to them, it echoes through the mountains, and it's so obvious that it's an omission by choice. And I don't know if it's because she's had, somebody in her ear or many people in her ear telling her things about. I just don't understand it, honestly, Laura. I don't understand it. I think the hardest thing for me to hear from the mom was to say, go find a hobby, go for a walk. I mean, really very much diminishing all the work that you creators do and all the work really that we do as followers and subs and members in dialoguing and trying to understand and put together this case and advertising it to AWP, etc. But to be told, go find a life and we got it, they don't have it. And I'm going to tell you why. And the other thing is to be told that quiet and silence, I'm paraphrasing her, essentially are sacred, not when there's a secret. And the way I liken it is when I tell my patients, like children patients, if anybody ever tells you it's our little secret, you must not be keeping a secret. Go to mommy or daddy, because especially if it's an adult, hold it into a secret. I don't like those words. And it's one thing to say that silence amongst maybe a couple of her friends' teens, but there's an entire Truckee community of, 60,000 people. Who knows? I don't know what the population is. I can tell you, Laura, and I know that you have children also in the teen years. I have mine just came back out of mine are 20 and 23. But as a parent, I would, there are parents out there whose kids didn't go to the party. Maybe their kids are preteens or tweens, or they just aren't associated with that group of people. Don't you think that the community deserves something other than secrets and silence?
I agree.
I'm not. I know I'm sounding a little bit pressured towards you. I'm not. I'm really not saying it to you. I'm expressing my frustration, and I hope that you don't take it. No, I know I sound a little, intense or something.
It's frustrating that, whether every creator is right or every creator is wrong, or we're going down rabbit holes we shouldn't go down. Why do you have so much confidence in the police? They didn't even seal the damn windows. So
No.
competence can you really have that you're thanking these people? Not only did they miss your daughter, not only did the FBI miss your daughter, not only did your competent people miss your daughter, but at the same time, you're not even thanking the people that brought them home, and you're telling all of us to shut up. Are you refunding all of us that donated? Like, it's just weird to me.
It's duplicitous or two-faced in some sense. And I understand she's going through grief, and I can tell you of my own grief that I've been through in the past year. It's wicked. It can be very wicked. It can be very full of anger or whatever. But at the same time, the community at large of Truckee really needs to know, is this a one-off that happened to Kiely, or is this now a 2, 3, 4 off because you have that 15-year-old girl that died of fentanyl? I mean, it's really unclear. Are there threads to other cases of teen deaths around there? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's ludicrous. I'm sorry, it's ludicrous to say, let's just move on. We got it. There clearly has not got it. The only thing it seems that they've got is a severe fentanyl problem. And, these kids are, drinking and drugging. And yes, most young people dabble in those kind of things. But when it gets to a point where somebody's child has gone into into a river or whatever, this is beyond the pale. I mean, it really is. I don't really know what to say. I better be careful,
Thank you, Desiree. Chugga chugga, choo choo. Thank you, hon.
I do want to say one more thing, but yeah, go ahead.
And I don't know, like, as far as secrets go, and if dad thanked them, mom doesn't need to thank them twice privately. But when you're doing a public announcement on behalf of your daughter, it would be the normal thing to thank them in your speech. So a lot of people saying, well, dad thanked, sorry, my stomach's going nuts. Dad's saying, dad thanked her. It's all that was good enough. Yeah, in a way it is. But when you're doing a public speech on behalf of your daughter and you're thanking everybody else and you leave out AWP, the people that actually brought your daughter home, to the point that you can have a burial or however, whatever you're doing with her, my stomach's going crazy. That's when you have to turn around and say, well, I want to thank AWP as well. That's just, it should have flowed out. So it really doesn't matter that the dad thanked them. That doesn't matter because, again, she should have said it in her speech.
Well, the other thing is that it has been very obvious, I'm sure to many people, is that there seems to be a complete disconnect between the dad and the mom.
Which I understand. I mean, that's mom remarried, and I get that.
I get that, but if you think about the Gabby Petito case and those two families, they were very blended, and they really came together, on force, or in force to support the memory and the legacy of Gabby. And here it feels like the two are really not united, and it's really a shame. But I think that may be what's propelling some of the disconnect and the poor communication.
Yeah, but dad could also, like, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and dad could be blaming mom. He could be saying, listen, guys, my stomach makes noises.
Laura, I never hear your stomach. You say that a lot, but I never.
It's loud.
It is?
Oh yeah, you can hear it.
Well, that's
it's
all
just
right.
after surgery it happens. I mean, people say it happens for years. So it's just one of those things. But when if like dad could be telling mom, hey, you know what? You are this is all your fault and I hate you and you killed our daughter. We don't know what goes on behind closed
No,
doors.
we really don't.
So
But what
could
yes,
be the
go ahead.
that could totally be the animosity.
It could be.
And I can understand that because years back, let's say 2012, if something ever happened with Dayton when me and Brad were in our custody fight and it was really, really bad, and something happened, we would have been like that. We wouldn't have talked. We would have blamed each other. It was ever custody fight he was in, he would have fought. So, he would have said, this is all your fault. Like Dayton once got hurt. He fell on a barbecue and he burned his hand. I mean, he was fine, but he burned his hand. And Brad would not stop blaming me. It was, look what you did, and you hurt our son. And for all we know, that her dad could be saying the same thing. That was his only little girl. So he
No,
should be saying
I
that.
agree. And I do think the other, I think there's only been honestly one creator that I've heard that has had the courage and has been bold enough to say that not necessarily saying legally culpable, but morally culpable. If the mom clearly knew from her first interview, it was clear that she allowed her daughter to go out after curfew. The daughter was on a provisional license. It seems like the mother has a what I call free range parenting style, which has a lot of benefits.
Hold on 1 second. What's up?
Can you make sure you're up tomorrow morning so we can take my temperature?
Yeah, come here.
If I have a fever, I want you to
Go grab the thermometer. Children, they always got to get sick when they miss school.
Poor thing. He does sound like he's coughing. Got a wet cough there.
He's all bundled up in a sweatshirt. I think it's so he takes his temperature and it's warmer.
Okay. Do you want me to just finish? I just was going to say that I think she has what I call a free range parenting style. And that's fabulous in a lot of ways because it really does empower children to get out in the world and to, explore and etc. But I think that
who was the creator? You never said the creator.
Well, I don't really want to.
Oh. Can you type it in chat? I'm curious.
Well, I could. Okay, the one person. Okay, I'm going to tell you. This was slightly different. It was not about this situation. It was about the woman in Memphis. It was 10 to Life.
Oh God.
And I don't. And she said she's the only creator that said, in that instance, while women have the right to go out and we have the right to be alone and all this, we need to be prudent and vigilant. And it's sort of foolhardy. I'm paraphrasing her, but it's foolhardy to go out at 4 a.m. alone. It's setting yourself up. And I really have to say, I applaud.
That's still 99.
Her.
You're good. Go take 2 Tylenol. I put them on the counter.
Can you still make sure you're up tomorrow?
Yes. Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
No, I think it takes courage as a creator to be able to say that, because people then will say victim blaming. And so I am saying in this situation, this mother did allow her child to go and drive after curfew on a provisional license, regardless of whether alcohol was or was not involved. And in that sense, the law was broken. And in that sense, the child was, put at higher risk for becoming a victim of a crime or becoming a victim of her own immature choices. And I haven't really heard anybody else say that. I'm probably going to be crucified now, and you probably will never allow me back on your channel for saying what I'm saying.
Dave, hold on. Dave, what I said was that people are saying that AWP was thanked by the father. I then said it really doesn't matter if the mother thanked him, except for the fact, and then I said what I said. Yeah. Rewind. We don't know how she parented every situation, because I think she was very hippie-ish, and she probably thought nothing's going to happen.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. She's got a more libertine style of parenting, and that can have positives, but it also comes with consequences and risk.
I agree.
And I think I wish this, sometimes I feel like everybody's going down rabbit holes, myself included in this case. And it would be good sometime to come up for air and for us to say, well, what are some life lessons that we as parents can learn from this horrific tragedy? And, I think one life lesson is to think, just because everybody else's child is because I've heard this in chat before, people say, well, everybody drives on a provisional license after curfew. And like I used to tell my kids, well, the Jones family might do it and the Smith family, but you're part of the Salerno family. So I'm the president here and I'm unpopular, but you're going to have to stay home and not drive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's tough.
But guys, you also have to understand that they didn't have internet. They didn't have what normal teenagers have. So she probably just thought nothing was going to happen. She probably just thought that, she's going to let her go out and she'll be home in 45 minutes. I'm sure it's not the first time she's ever gone out. And, she was smart. She makes good decisions. The mom trusted her. There was no reason for her not to trust her. And she did what she did. And she even responsible enough to call her mom and say, I'll be home in 45 minutes. Hence why I don't believe she was wasted. I don't care what anyone says. I don't believe she was wasted. And until a toxicology report comes back otherwise, I'm sticking with that.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I really don't. And I just think this is a precious life that was snuffed out for no reason.
And I agree with that too. And another thing I want to straighten out, while I have a doctor on panel, maybe you can help me with this. So AWP pretty much changed their story that she was floating with her hands down and her legs and her hands were hanging.
Yeah, when did that happen? Because I heard you say that last night.
Oh yeah,
I hadn't heard them say it.
Maybe on Zap Girl's panel.
Okay,
guys, help me out. Was it Zap Girl's panel they said that on? I don't know. They all said so many different things on so many different channels, but I don't really watch too many other channels, so I'm pretty sure it had to be Zav's channel.
Okay,
but if she was hanging, not hanging, but her legs and her arms were hanging.
Right. Floating.
Floating. And they said that she was it was Duty Ron. Okay. It was Duty Ron. But I don't watch Duty Ron. So maybe they said it on both. But if she was in the hatchback or back there, couldn't she have floated back there?
Well, here's my thing. Okay, so here's my thing. I have been convinced, I don't know why, this is not based on anything medical. It was simply based on my having figured out the dimensions of that hatchback, which is extremely tight, cubic feet wise.
It's not that tight.
What did you get the dimensions?
Hold on. Crazy, you're not connected.
Well, all right. Let's say it's okay. I thought it was very tight. I really did. I thought it was from what I looked up for the CRV, it was something like 20 inches by 14 inches, and then the height was higher.
Yes, but she wasn't like we all, and I talked about this last night. We all thought that she was like hunched down in the back, like in a fetal position, because
that's what I thought too.
Made us think. But then as they started talking more and more, she was floating kind of like at the top. And maybe she was back there, like she was in the back, all the way in the back, but they said she was floating with her hands and legs hanging.
Why are they giving
How
this
can
much
you
information out?
What?
how can you float to the back of the hatchback when the car is flipped upside down? You'd have to float through seats.
No. But I think they were saying that her final resting place was in the back.
No, you
But what I-
wouldn't go through seats. That would be the easiest way to go.
Well, yeah, it would
If
be.
the car's upside down, there's no space to float back there. She had to be already back there if the car's upside down.
Yes, that's right. She already had to be there. But my thing is, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
she could.
right.
I don't think she could float back out. And I also am of the opinion, just it's just a visceral gut feeling, no more than that, that somehow she was restrained back there. Even if it was just with one belt, or they pulled, like in my Subaru, we in the back seat, there's one of the shoulder straps comes from the ceiling, and you can unbuckle it, okay, and it can just pop up to the ceiling. I'm wondering if they had something like that, and somebody pulled that ceiling back seat belt or shoulder strap and pulled it back, and then uh, put it under the tailgate and shut it to prevent her from getting out of there. That's kind of what I think. I don't know, though.
Hold on. I just thought of something, but you guys talk while I make my little drawing, which is going to be really pathetic, but
Okay. But I think, because I'm a little bit, what I find really frustrating lately is that AWP is having several different spokespeople come out. Like at first it was Jared, then it was Doug, now it's Nick. And I think when you get different people coming out, some of whom were down taking the photograph and scuba diving, some weren't. The story, it's like playing telephone in a way. And so different pieces of information are being added, and then you're getting really a disparate narrative. And I think I've always say it's better to have one spokesperson for a family as a contact, and one, like when in medicine, we always say, okay, we have an attending physician, that person, not all the subspecialists, but the one attending will talk to one family member. Otherwise, you get a million different stories. And I feel like this is where it's kind of gotten hazy lately, even with AWP, and I do find them to be very, very honorable. I think they're people of great integrity, but I almost think it's time to stop doing the interviews.
no.
Well, the Gabby Petito case, the mom and stepdad and the dad and stepmom all came together.
Exacto. Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
that's not normal in a divorced family.
No, it's not.
Really not.
Well,
But I'm
why
gonna
is Kylie's mom's dad with Kylie's ex-husband on the shore watching? And why was Kylie's mom at some coffee shop when they reported her missing, and at some sushi place when they reported her found?
That's not true. That was a lie. That story changed as well.
No, I do think that there is some, from afar, it does look like there is a disconnect and poor communication, but between the parents. But as Laura just said earlier, you don't really know what goes on behind closed doors. There could be arguing because the mother allowed the child to go out after curfew and the father wouldn't have, and we don't really know. But I guess my point is, I just think,
Do we really know? Is Kylie in the back?
Jesus,
Was it really Kylie's car?
Why do you say that?
I have no idea. When those green shirt police come around, it's just all different. I don't know. This whole case has just sucked me in. And I just don't know anything.
I don't know anything anymore either. That's why I was saying it's like a layers of onion, sub layers. But what were you
It's
saying?
going to come out as an accident, I'm sure, and we're never going to know. It's going to drive me crazy the rest of my life, I guess.
Well, can you just tell me what you just said? Something about green. My hearing is not the greatest.
So, like in all the interviews, there's a flustered, like white tan police department guy
Yes.
that talks with red cheeks. But he's always, if you watch the dark green outfit police behind him,
Yes.
and their body language, and then
Oh, yeah.
he'll have them, do you want to answer this question? And he'll have them up. And then there was a spokesperson with long black hair at the beginning.
yeah.
As soon as the car is found, she's gone. Like, I'm so confused. And like, who controlled the Nevada or whoever, the red shirt diving team at first? Did they tell them not to look in that spot like they told AWP?
Well, that's what. I agree with you.
I believe bad police know who the bad police are, but the good police don't know who the bad police are. And I think the tan shirt guy that's speaking all flustered with the red face is now like, oh shit, we've got some bad police around here.
What you mean, the CHP guy, or was it the guy who was very earnest and was asked if there were two bodies in the car?
It's the tan shirt guy that he has red cheeks and like short blonde hair.
I think he was the one that was asked by the press how many bodies were in the car, and there was this long, awkward pause, and his eyes went around, and he was like, one.
And then if you look at the green shirt police and that, look at their body language.
Oh, very uncomfortable.
They are watching, making sure the tan shirt police don't. I mean, it's so many. And then you call to report anything or ask anybody, and one police department sending you to another, then it's FBI and all this other stuff. And now it's Nevada coming out saying that they're in control of it, which Nevada is the dive team. Or Reno, I'm sorry, is the dive team, and they're volunteers. And the flustered tan shirt guy with the short blonde hair, are they told by the green shirt people that not to look?
Hold on. Let me interrupt you for a second, though. One thing that you said wrong, the reason why, and I can't confirm this because I haven't spoken to them, but in my opinion, the reason why the long-haired girl is not there anymore, because she's a spokesperson for Placer County. Placer County, once the body was found, no longer was on the case.
However, so she's with the green shirt police people.
Yeah, but I agree with you on that. But there were Placer County in that when she was found and there was that presser, Placer County was still speaking, and then they sort of passed the baton on. So I mean, she did disappear. I thought it was a bit odd, honestly.
They no longer needed a spokesperson. But let me show you guys this. Hold on, guys. Don't laugh at my drawing. Do not laugh at my drawing.
Okay, but I need to laugh. Oh, I have to laugh.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn off my mic so I won't. No, I'm just playing.
It would actually be easier for her to float to the back with the car upside down. Because here's a car right side up. Here's the front. Here's the back. Here are the seats. Right side up, you might go up and then float wherever. However, when it's upside down, everything that was on the bottom is going to fall to the top. So no matter where she went, there's plenty of room for her to float. There's more room this way than this way. It's more floated with the car upside down because there's plenty of room. Whereas this defies gravity. Like you may float up, but this you're flipped. So you're automatically going to be in this area, which gives you plenty of room.
No,
when they pulled the car out.
I don't agree.
Crime, I see. You could turn your camera off. But you are, because you're gonna have all this room.
Wait, can I just? I mean, physics was definitely not my strong suit, so bear with me here. But I see your drawing.
My amazing drawing.
your primitive drawing, but it makes its point.
Amazing drawing, yes.
It's amazingly primitive, but it's that's all we need. But here's my question, Laura. Okay, so they're at the bottom. People float, so you float to the top by the tires.
Wait. Hold on one second. Laura, I want to thank you for the super chat. And you work at a artsy studios. Please tell me how amazing my drawing is. You want to feature it in a gallery, don't you? There you go.
So Laura, one thing on the drawing, tilt it 45 degrees with the front of the vehicle going up about 45 degrees, because if you remember the vehicle when it was found, that's why I came in. The front of the vehicle, it was on a slope. Okay. So the front of the vehicle was at 10 feet and the wheels were at 14 feet. Do you remember that on the video?
Yeah, but but gravity alone, when this flipped over, everything that was let me change color, make it easier.
So the point is, though, when the car was found, she was at the back of the vehicle where you have that arrow on the back of the vehicle.
Hold on. Everything that was on the floor is now going to be on the roof.
Correct.
So let's just say she was sitting here, okay? Just for argument's sake, she was sitting here. Once that car flipped, she's now here because she came out. She would now be here, which gives her anywhere in the room to float.
Okay, for two things I'm going to say, that's initially, but within minutes, a person floats to the top. So they're going to float upwards, no? Towards the wheel well, no?
I have no idea. I just have been watching a lot of stuff, and I'm like, how can you float through seats if you're floating?
No, I don't. I guess I'm
that's
begging.
only the car is full within 30 seconds because the windows are open. Now you're dealing with water, not air.
Right. That's
less
right.
than 30 seconds. They said it
so
was.
Then you're floating. Then that's what I'm saying. You're floating. And you're going to hit the back of the seat.
But remember, you're saying floating, but the car is upside down. I know. Everything here is going here. So when you say like you'll sink, you're going to sink this way, which gives you all this room.
No, but you're not going to sink. You're going to float. Did you watch?
I see what you're saying. All right, so you're saying you're going to float.
Exacto. Listen, I want to say something.
You're going to go up.
Right. Would be this way.
Exactly.
When the things settle, when they settle, they're going to settle down to the roof of the car. Those are things that have settled. The settling items that we see when we're looking in on the car in the video, we see all the stuff that's settled on the roof of the car. Those are things that have settled. The things
but
that
the body has
up,
too much air in it. You see, it's you've got fermentation and it's
right.
It's
those are the
buoyant.
things that have floated up, have buoyance in them, right?
Okay, but even if she floated up, she still had this time to be on the roof. And everyone's saying about headrests, but headrests don't go to the ceiling. Just like
between them, she only had 14 inches of room to go in there, and she only had 30 seconds to get to the back of the car.
But that's only above the headrest. You also have the in between the back doors, the back headrest, which gave plenty of room. That's been
Which is kind of weird if you think about it, though, because if she's going down that hill, right? By the time she gets down to the bottom, wouldn't she have been following bubbles, which tells you which way is up, right? If your car's going down into water,
if it's dark, pitch black.
It doesn't make any sense why she's still going to the back of the car.
I think she was placed in the back.
Know?
I believe.
Yeah, we know that. I'm talking about the accident scenario people.
Oh, the accident scenario makes no sense at all. It's nonsensical.
I know. It's like, why are people thinking this is an accident? Because, like, why would she go to the back if the back of the car is the lowest point in this accident scene? You know what I mean? because the back of the car is lower than the front of the car. The
So
windows that are open are closest to the front of the vehicle. The front of the vehicle is higher, 4 feet higher than the back of the vehicle. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
so
Yep.
the
None of the
theory-
math adds up.
hold on. So the theory is like this is the back.
There's no way,
Yeah,
like
this is the back.
Nature Babe says, there's no way she's sinking into the back. Exactly.
So this
That
is the
was
back.
toward shore. No, the back was not toward the shore. The front of the vehicle was toward the shore.
No,
Um,
The back
No,
was
it
toward the
wasn't.
shore.
The back of the vehicle was.
Mhm.
The back,
Yeah.
the back of the
back
hatchback was up
shore.
toward.
Yes,
Yes.
towards the shore.
But the
So,
car was still on a slope.
but the back.
Yeah, the back
of the
end was
shore.
up higher than the front, but it was facing, the back was facing the shore.
It was.
Yes.
What did I think?
And
when I
then
saw that
also,
the
I
other-
don't, I can't see
Okay.
chat, but Laura Taylor says she lives in Prosser. So, okay. So the green shirt or the Placer County, whatever, did they tell the red shirt Reno dive team to not look in the same place as the AWP not to look? Were they the ones in control to tell the volunteers from Reno dive team to not look in that spot?
All I know is the law enforcement, the local law enforcement was the ones in charge. And
No, Placer County was
Placer
in
County,
charge
yeah.
with the FBI. Nevada County was also involved, but nobody specific had rights to the case solely because it was
Until
federal land and because
There-
it was
There you go.
Well, there was a Reno dive team in red shirts. They're volunteer,
yeah, there
Waco County or
what I'm saying.
something. I can't remember.
there were
And
multiple,
Wasco County.
there were multiple police, multiple counties that were working it all at the same time. Nobody, not
But-
one jurisdiction.
But
California
was it
was also
Placer
involved.
County that told the red shirt volunteer dive team from Reno where to not look? Just like
now that
who
okay.
told AWP not to look?
I don't know, because I'm going to tell you the reason Placer County backed off and Nevada County took over jurisdiction happened when AWP found the car, because the car of Kiely was in the reservoir within the boundary of the county of Nevada, not Nevada State, but Nevada County. And that's why Nevada County took over. But you have a brilliant question, which I have no idea about. Who told AWP not to dive there? Was it Placer? Was it Nevada? Was it the I don't know. That's a great
No,
question.
And who
the,
told the Reno dive team at first, before the car was found, where not to look or where to look? Because the
No,
red shirt.
I think that the Nevada County thing is a little bit messed up on one thing here. I'll tell you how to
Okay.
get that straight.
But guys, the
Okay.
things you're
The
saying are
reason that it
unconfirmed.
switched to Nevada County wasn't because of where she was located. It was because she was located. Dead or alive, once she was located, she was no longer a missing person. Placer County had jurisdiction because she was a missing person and she lived in Placer County. Because she was located in Nevada County, it became a Nevada County case. I called and got that information.
No, hold up. We
So
are
did
spreading
Placer
much
County tell?
misinformation. Hold up.
Yeah.
We are spreading
Okay.
so much misinformation.
That is what Nevada County told me when I called them.
The reason why it was divided is because it's federal land and they didn't know where she was. They didn't know if she was on the Nevada side. They didn't know if she was on the Prosser side.
Well, yeah, currently, right. When it was still active, they were dividing it up to, yeah, and the FBI was involved, correct. She was originally everybody, right? Like everybody was helping. She was originally filed as a missing person in Placer County because that's where she lived. That was her county. and then everybody jumped in, everybody was helping correct. But when she was found, Placer County backed out of it, and it was given to Nevada County because that's where she was found. She was no longer a missing person. She was found.
But she
She's
was
no longer
found
missing.
within the jurisdiction of Nevada County because that's where
Right.
the car was.
That's where
So did
that's
Placer
where she's found.
County?
She's no longer missing. So she's no longer missing person. She's no longer Placer County's person anymore. She's
So they
found.
So
lost
at
jurisdiction.
So
Yeah.
at first, did Placer County tell the Reno dive team not to look in the same spot that AWP was told not to look?
We
Yeah.
don't. Oh no, we
Yeah,
don't.
we didn't
No,
think about
no,
that.
no, no,
I
no.
am only
Stop
talking about what Nevada County
misinformation.
told me when I called them about the case when that dive guy was out there.
You have that recorded because they've never said that publicly. So unless you have that recorded of them telling you that, I'm all for it. But until
Okay, I'll look back through my recordings and see. But that is what they told me. They told me once she was located, she's no longer a missing person, and the case was transferred to Nevada County. And you know what? I believe that is on their Facebook too. I'm gonna go look.
wait, hold on. No, that's not Dre. That is true crime. That's not Dre speaking.
The Reno dive team does not have anything about diving for Kiely on their Facebook.
I'm talking about the missing person case.
Yeah,
When you
when
file
they
missing person, right? Okay, so I live in Oklahoma, and I live in oh gosh, we just moved here. I think I live in Rogers County. So if I became missing, my missing persons case would be filed in Rogers County. Rogers County would be like the lead, but they would be looking for me in Tulsa County, Skytook. They'd be looking for me in the other counties. Let's say they found me in Creek County. Creek County would then be taking over the case. From that point, they found me as a homicide in Creek County, then it would be Creek County's case as a homicide.
Correct.
So you could use that in your county, wherever y'all live in your state. You came up missing from your home, it would be your home county's missing person case. But if you were found in a different county, your body was found, then it would be that county's homicide case.
Exactly. There's no
So
reason.
that's what I'm talking about here. It was her
But
home county for her missing persons case.
Hang on.
She was
Let me
found in
speak.
Nevada County.
Let me speak. Again, you answered your own question though. You didn't need a 15-minute explanation. It's very, very simple. Its simplicity is the girl is no longer there because it wasn't Placer County, whatever, is removed because her body wasn't found in Placer County. Her body was found in the water, which is federal. FBI is on it, which they really haven't done a great job. Nevada County, because it's Nevada, and the California Highway Patrol, and someone else I remember reading on the because they're working on the car, they're trying to get all the forensics on the car. I don't know if they have an underwater expert, a forensic expert, which I was told they need to get the DNA off of a car and stuff in the water.
Right.
That's the whole answer. It's simple, it's short, it's to the point, doesn't need all the other explanation. Just
Yeah, I gotcha.
that's it. Plain and simple.
So
Right to the point.
was Reno, when she was missing, was the Reno dive team told by Placer County not to look there? And then are Placer County the same ones that told AWP not to look there?
We don't know. AWP stated on multiple interviews that they were told, that they already had it done. I don't think they ever gave the actual name. I don't think they ever said who told them not to look, but they were told not to look.
Well, that Placer County, every time they show up in interviews, just looks so shady. It's crazy.
And here's Laura, who lives there.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Welcome.
So I live in Prosser, which is like I can walk to where they had this party.
Okay.
I've lived here like 25 years. People kind of get a misunderstanding of what kind of town we are. We are a resort town, so we have 7 ski resorts around us.
Okay.
So basically a lot of tourists come around here, but we sit off of an interstate, which is I-80.
Yeah.
So when this thing first happened, I was thinking, well, with the internet now, when it wasn't a long time ago, I was worried about, like drug traffickers and stuff like that. That was, I think, was on a lot of our minds.
Okay.
That was just a little bit about what my son went to. This party, this senior party they have over at Prosser happens like every year to say goodbye to your friends, whatever. So it's not something that's unusual for us, except other than this incident that's occurred. As far as the tan shirts being Nevada County, the green shirts being Placer County, the other people that were really involved and are still involved is the California Highway Patrol, which calls the CHP. And their deal, they would deal with all the vehicle itself because that's their thing. And then the FBI, when it first happened, besides the helicopters going a million times for 2 weeks all over our area, FBI was going from door to door, looking everywhere, looking in our garages. So, I mean, they did a pretty thorough search. I never heard personally that anybody told dive teams what they could have wished they could have probably gotten from Reno to come up, or whatever their dive team they used, not to search. I think it was more like, well, we've searched here, because they thought that they could, really search with the helicopter and what they had else going on, boats and all that stuff. But the problem is, the big problem too was the water levels. The water levels were higher when this first happened versus like as when AWP went in, it was lower. And then when Check It went in and got the laptop, it was lower even then. Who knows? Because as far as Prosser's reservoir, it's really a reservoir. They drain it. They really take a lot of water out of it to ship it down or let it go out to like towards Reno.
Okay.
And so that reservoir gets really low. I have 3 labs. We walk our dogs down to that area. I've been in that area where Kiely, they found her car. And as the water level goes down, there's where they found her car, it can really drop off. And because it goes down, the sand or whatever you want to call it really gets, I mean, you sink. So even though the water's lower, you can sink just walking yourself towards it. So kind of surprised me is it, if a car is being pushed or drives down there, that they could end up easily in the water, and then it drops down even more obviously in the water where they're talking about the feet. The road to get to from where that party was to where her car ended up is not a great road. I mean, there's divots, you can't just go speeding through there. It's just, you know what I mean? You just can't do it.
Well, that's what Doug was insinuating when Doug said there's no road that you can just turn off and drive into it.
Right. You would have to know that it's there. That it almost looks like a trail kind of a road first. When you first see it, like it's like just dirt that goes, and then all of a sudden there's this road, but it's not. It's all rocks and potholes, and because it's just all dirt. And then you get to the area right there where you saw them pulling up. It's a nice area to take and your dogs or whatever, a picnic or whatever. But it's not easy to get through. You cannot drive fast. You'd be going like maybe 3 miles an hour, maneuvering around these rocks and potholes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're saying that's how her car slid so far out, is because it's such an incline or downcline or whatever.
And you can't really tell it by all the pictures you see, but yeah, I mean all of the soil there gets really soft as the water lowers.
And Laura, can I ask you a question? As somebody who's been there a lot, do you think that is, as Doug described it, do you see that as an area that you could call a, how did he word that? The other Laura, as
I heard what?
As a no wrong turn road. I mean, would it be pretty obvious that you're going the wrong way if you end up going toward the water?
The interesting part is that at night here, we don't have streetlights even on our in our residential areas because we are totally in the mountains. I mean, full on in the mountains, bears and everything. At night, it is pitch black. If there's no moon, it is pitch black. So unless you have your lights on your car, you're not going to see. And by the time the water's there, you could not even see it and drive into it. That's how dark it gets up here.
Could that happen purely by accident, though? If you're going along by the area where they had the party, could she have taken a wrong turn, or is it, as Doug said, not a wrong turn road? Because it goes from pavement to this, bumpy area as described with all the divots and the potholes.
Like I said, you'd have to know the area. You'd have to know the road. And if you're going on that road, a road like that, then you're obviously going the wrong direction, is my thought. So, but
the word is that she was familiar, with that area. She'd been there a lot. She knew Prosser.
Yeah. So
she knew she was going the wrong way. It's not a wrong turn road.
It makes me think that somebody from not around there doesn't know that they drain that lake every year.
They don't drain it, but boy, they take it really far down. I mean, like, it's not even worth really going out there. That's how far down they take it. Because
that's what makes me think that it's not from somebody that's familiar. Because if I know, and I'm all the way over here in Virginia, that the reservoir is for water and during drought, so it empties every year. The person that got this car in the water did not have a clue, because it's going to come showing up once the water drains.
Is that something that happens every year, or is it kind of intermittent? Is it like every other year, or does it always drain out?
It's every year because, see, we're like up 6,500 feet. So our winters are crazy snowy. I mean, like I get sometimes 8 feet of snow around my house. We're way up there in elevation. So, yeah, you wouldn't be even able to put your big toe in that any of the water around here in this winter at all, because it would all freeze. It gets some of the lakes get frozen almost on the top, which is.
And I do hope y'all are safe with the fires going on up there. I really do hope y'all are safe. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Well, the only bad thing is our air quality has been really, really bad. I can't see my neighbors half the time because the smoke is so thick. So we stay inside and just keep our fans on, and just close all the windows to keep the smoke out.
Now, Laura, I heard early on, I had an early accident theory that I heard very, very early on that I kind of latched onto early on. I thought, hey, if she's going to be, running late, maybe she did this thing that I heard that some locals do. There was a lady in the Find Kiely Facebook group that had said that maybe she tried to do what some locals do with their four-wheel drives. If you're looking at the lake from where that little hill was that some people say she might have accidentally gone off, but from there, if you were to take a left, you could go around to the boat ramp. But if you were to take a right, when the water's low, you can go all the way around, kind of go over to, I think it's Donner's Pass, right?
Okay.
If that was dried out, or the water's really low. They say that that's a shortcut for locals. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought at the very beginning, that's what she was trying to do and didn't make it and fell into the water.
It's just so crazy how far her car got out.
Well, and I think
I didn't get out far at all.
The water had drained some.
Does anybody know if her headlights were on or not?
Nobody has said. All I've heard also is that there's a lot of things that are not being said that until, because it's an investigation.
Okay. Hold on.
Do you think that's possible for her to have gone up on the ridge? Because when I saw the pictures from like the day after, if you look at that first little lone tree, the water was up to that level. It was really high.
Mm-hmm.
So that one little path would have been really hard to go along that, you know?
Mhm.
So if she was trying to go around that to get a shortcut to Donner's Pass to go back to the Lost Trail Lodge, which would
Okay,
have
so
been in that direction, she might have been trying to take a shortcut.
the only way for
Hold on. True Crime and Crazy Purple. I'm gonna alternate you two guys out in case, because I can only have 6. And Dre, I don't know where you were at. Are you still there, Dre?
I'll pop down, Laura. I just had that quick question on.
No, you could stay, Whistledown. You just got
let me
here.
know.
I'm just saying to people that have been on. And Laura, stay.
okay. I just wanted to say, so where that point is, where her car was found. Okay, so like if let's say you're looking at the shore from the water, if you go left, where I think you guys are talking about to try to drive around,
Yeah.
you can't, because you could try to get back up onto where close to where they were partying, but there's a bridge down there, and that's the highway 89. That's the way she has to go out of the Prosser on the paved road. She'd have to go on the paved road out of the campground and turn left to go down 89, and then she would have to keep going to hit highway 80, hit the freeway, and then exit towards the very end of the last exit coming into Truckee to go up to Cold Stream Creek, which is the road to get up to the lodge. So she's a good 10 minutes drive away. So it's not Donner Road doesn't really have a play in.
Can I ask you something? Just being local. Sammy had mentioned that there were not cameras in all 3 of those places you just mentioned, 89, 80. It was at Truckee. Is it Truckee Road? Truckee?
Donner Pass Road?
No, she said it was Truckee. It was like Truckee Way or something like that. Yeah, she just briefly mentioned that none of those roads which she took had no cameras. As a local, is that something that you notice just off the top of your head? Oh, there's no cameras in this area?
Well, okay, so like I said, there's no we don't have sidewalks. We don't have street lights. We're in the forest.
Yeah, my
my
mother-in-law actually lives right by you guys.
Okay, so there really isn't, because there's no stoplights all the way on past when you start going past Prosser campground and stuff up 89. That's just like a country road with 2 2 lanes.
And is that the normal? Is that like the normal in and out?
Yes, that's the only way in and out. There's no other way.
Okay.
And so no, there won't be any cameras. You won't, unless they have them secretly placed that we don't know about.
Now let me ask. I got a question. Speaking of light, and Hazelnut said, ask caller about the nearly full moon that night. Even though it's pitch black, because that's something I want to know too. Even if it's pitch black, does the moon give off light, or she would have been in total black even if it was a full moon?
If it was a full moon, she would not be in total black. However, our trees are a good 100 feet high. We are surrounded by super tall pine trees. I mean, they're huge.
Okay.
They're huge. And they're all like close together, and it's not like they're all spread out. So, which gave me another thought when people say, well, why didn't they hear her car go into the water? Well, if you're having a party like that and you need light or you need electricity, you're probably going to be using a generator, and generators are very noisy. So yeah, they probably wouldn't hear any sound going on out there if all these kids or people are partying and generators are going, and what are the things, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that was one reason why I thought, well, maybe that's why they didn't hear anything.
The other point I want to make, that I made another drawing. Don't laugh. But you guys were saying that. No, this one's even better. Okay. You guys were saying that, oh, I forgot my trees. I forgot happy trees. But you guys were saying that, you didn't understand how the car went out that far, that it may have slowed down. However, everyone that showed us the areas where my drawing comes in, everyone that showed us the area said there's a big incline.
Right.
So even if she was going slow, she would have picked up speed here.
Yep.
And gone in. So that's why I don't understand why people were saying that she would have gone in slow. No, she would have gone in fast from the speed of this incline unless she missed the incline.
Yeah, but when you hit water, it breaks your speed.
Right. But also the fact that the engine's the heaviest part of the vehicle. And so that's going to pull that's one reason probably why her little car flipped, was the engine. As soon as it hit the water, is going to go in first. And then, of course, the window was down or halfway down or whatever.
Yeah.
Would instantly fill with water. And just, I mean, it's going to move.
And that is why the car went in backwards. It was not driven in forward.
I was just going to say that. If the rear of the car is, because let's look at my little drawing. If the rear of the car, if this car went in straight and it flipped, then the back of the car is going to be there. This is going to be, I did this wrong.
That is correct, Laura. That's why people think that it was.
And let's say here's the wheels and the car.
Yeah, you're right.
Then the engine's going to come down and the car is going to flip, and the top of the car is going to be here. Here's the wheels. My 666. No, there are the wheels. And here's the back of the car. So.
But that's not how the car was.
No, I'm saying if the car. Yeah.
If the car went in that way, yes. But if it went in backwards.
But that's what Jill's thought was saying, that it had to go in backwards. But
exactly.
Everyone else was saying it went
in
forward.
It had to.
So the only people that know that are the people that flipped it back over, which they shouldn't have done when they removed it out of the water. They should have just wrapped it and pulled it out on the top, because by them flipping it over, it also disrupted her body and any, you know what I mean? And possibly look at stuff fell out of the car, came out of the car.
Okay, when AWP found the car, it was facing toward the lake, not shore.
Yes.
The front was or the back was?
I believe it was the front was facing the shore.
So if the front was facing the shore, then it did go in forwards.
But I don't believe that the front was facing the shore.
Don't quote me on that.
Dave said the front end went in first.
So
the incline would put you nose down, which would flip it. But that's what I agree with that. But I'm saying that I could have sworn they said that AWP didn't roll anything. They didn't touch anything. I could have sworn they said the back of the car was towards the shore, but I guess I'm wrong.
That is correct. That is correct. And when you guys say that the law enforcement flipped it, they didn't flip it 180 degrees. What they did is they took it from the roof that was on the floor of the lake, and they simply just stood it up. So they
made it right side up.
Exacto. And then they pulled it out as, with the backside, and anyway, Jules has a great thing. But I really do have two very quick questions, if I might, for Laura Taylor.
Yeah.
And by the way, Laura, Miss Laura Perplexed.
Yeah.
Your second drawing was executed brilliantly. I mean,
the mountains are
you
amazing.
went from like pre-K art up to like 5th grade.
All right.
In 30
We gotta
minutes.
do a sip and paint.
Honey, you're really getting there. Okay, so Miss, really, I'm not kidding. Miss Laura Taylor, I have two questions for you real quick.
Okay.
So like where I grew up, which I'm on the East Coast, I mean, if there were any parties, and we lived in a rural area
Uh-huh.
at different times, I mean, the Popo are all over the place. They would not allow parties to go on. I mean, they would bust parties up. So I'm just surprised that there's a yearly Prosser party with 200 or 300 kids, known alcohol use, etc., and that law enforcement didn't,
It's
proctor it or
incline.
So
sorry,
It's incline, right, Laura?
what's that mean?
Incline.
It's I would have to say that's just so imagine an Airbnb in the mountains. Ski village, right?
yeah.
Like they're by Squaw Valley, and that's an Olympic. That was in the Olympic, you know what I
Oh.
mean? An Olympic. It's a different lifestyle. And I would think that I would
What
I
is it,
know.
privileged? Are you saying it's
Oh yes, that's what I was
like, in
about
other
to
words,
say.
it's
They're
privileged,
living
like
in
they're above the law or something?
no, they're living in multi-million-dollar homes, and I mean they work hard for it. But these kids, imagine the kids you see on TV that are getting in Airbnbs in like Los Angeles or Chicago, or they're going up to here, Steamboat Springs, to go. They're doing all of this. They're living that life.
The
That's-
local children. The local children?
Yes, it's a very I rich town. I don't know how to say it. It's a very rich town, and very I don't know how to say it. Conservative and
Conservative.
yeah.
You mean liberal?
Liberal.
No, I would say
Let's put it this way. Since the pandemic, a couple hours away from here to the Bay is Silicon Valley. A lot of those rich people in Silicon Valley own homes up here. And during the pandemic, a lot of them moved up here to work remotely and said, oh boy, this is nice. Let's just stay up here in our second family homes, which also elevated all the prices of the homes up here.
Yes.
So with those type of people, they are very entitled. There you go.
That's the word.
But my thing is that was in 2020, and
Right.
from what I've heard,
So
it's this Prosser party's been going on for decades.
yes, it has been.
So
But
this has nothing to do with.
But remember, when my son went to it, okay, he graduated in 2000. Okay, we were not as there weren't as many people up here. We didn't even have a police department. Then like 5 years later, we ended up having our own police department. And so now you have Nevada County, and then you have the Truckee Police Department. The Truckee Police Department aren't even involved in any of this, in this whole case. It got bigger than that. But so they basically, it's like, well, they're just kids, they're just having a party.
All right, so they basically,
and it always happens, no big deal kind of thing.
Right, so they're above the law. I see. Well, that's just not how. No, I'm just summing it up because it isn't. It really is not.
Okay, another really weird thing, and this is going to sound bizarre, but first of all, I'm a nurse and I work at the local hospital, and this is the only hospital up here. So I see a lot of the locals and all the other people that we get in, and we know the police and we just do not have murders up here. We don't have this kind of stuff up here. We just don't, and because we're a tourist area.
Well, you do now because you do now, though.
Yeah, so basically, to be honest with you, I think that a lot of things got dropped, and I think a lot of things got dropped because they just don't. They're just not used to it.
It's
what
small.
I mean? They just don't know what they're doing, I think.
But with the fentanyl problem up there, you already had a death of a 15-year-old girl. I mean, it seems like there's an epidemic problem of fentanyl.
Oh God, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
all right. So here's my last question then. Okay, so my question was, there's a sense of entitlement and the amount of partying. I don't know. My kids worked. They just didn't have we just didn't have, and I'm a physician, and I didn't have that kind
I
of
know.
money where I could have my children going out to party. They had to work on the weekends. They had to, full-time job on the holidays. Anyway,
Right.
so it's a different world, I guess. That's really, and that's fine. It's just everybody has a little bit of a different world.
That vibe is important, though. It really is, because it's a different vibe. It is that bougie. You know what I mean?
It's a shame. Well,
Yeah.
then the other question that I have for you is, this is a personal question, and if you do not want to answer it, please just say I don't feel comfortable answering it.
Okay.
But what do you, as a professional in Prosser and or Truckee, Prosser County, and what does your community in general? What if you have the finger on the pulse of the feelings about what's going on? What do y'all think is happening or did happen here?
Well, my thought is I have two thoughts on Kiely's situation. I was thinking maybe it was an accident, like she got super drunk. She was intoxicated or whatever, partying because, she's going off to college or whatever. And if she got in the car and drove, that maybe she was so intoxicated, she lost her way and ended up in the water. Or, which means that if she's so intoxicated, she probably wouldn't think to put her seatbelt on, which would keep her in the front seat. Or she was so intoxicated and somebody gave her something, could have been fentanyl, who knows? And or she was partying and got fentanyl or whatever drug that maybe accidentally killed her. And maybe they panicked, they put her in the back of the hatch, drove her car. I don't know. We got to get rid of her. I mean, that's another possibility. I mean, so right now I'm kind of like, God, what really did happen? But it's kind of like I'm waiting I want to see what the autopsy reports say. It's going to be nice to know, did she have clothes on when they found her body?
Yes.
Notice they're not saying that. They're not saying a lot of things because it's still an investigation. So right now it kind of turns my stomach, to be honest with you, because like I said, nothing happens like this up here. So, and I was really concerned about the fact that drug traffickers, because they're putting this party on the internet, oh, wow, there's going to be a huge party and there's going to be young teenagers there. Let's go up there and see what we can do and just blend in. And maybe, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like that really was that was my initial thought, because like I said, things like that usually just don't happen here. We got peak tourists. That's what happened here.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place half the time and then they're gone. So it's.
So do you think your community is thinking that this may be a cover up for an overdose or something like that?
No, I think, to be honest with you, our area here, when this happened, we were sick. I mean, I go to work at the hospital and we're just like, God, this is making me sick. Just the thought makes me sick. I mean, you hear helicopters going over it for 8 hours a day and you know what they're doing.
Hold on,
And,
Zanime,
and everybody wants to go out.
It's you.
Huh?
Zanime is trying to get backstage. I said, so show your face so I know it's you.
Laura, my husband was raised in Incline. And my mother-in-law lives in Reno and she's a real estate agent over there. So, I mean, we go up every summer and we visit Virginia, Virginia City, and we go up to Tahoe and all that. I was wondering if they're just more like quiet about it, the community, just kind of like not embarrassed, but just don't really want to talk about it,
Well, I tell you what, all the people I know are talking about it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're in a hospital.
So what are they saying? I guess my question is, what are they saying? Because honestly, as a physician, I can say that the autopsy, if it were a motor vehicle accident, it would be 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
And you wouldn't be waiting. You would have a cause and a manner of death, and that can be turned around in 48 hours.
The only problem is that because besides being a nurse, I was I worked with death investigators.
Okay.
death investigation.
Sweet.
The only problem is that one, because she was in the water for 2 weeks, now they have to try to get like whatever fluids they can to try to do a toxicology report on her, which can, and I know from experience, it can take like over a month or two to get those
No,
results.
that it can.
Wait,
But they
both
could-
you
But
guys,
I'm
hold on,
wondering,
Laura, hang on one second. I just want to tell not panel, guest, I don't care if I have the worst enemy on panel, not allow bashing panel guests. Doesn't matter who it is. It just know it. You will be timed out. I do not allow panel guests. And sorry, true crime, can't let you on panel. All right, go on. Zanami, I'll get to you in a second.
so I mean, the level of the investigation, I think, actually, to me, the longer they take, the better, because it means, like, to me, that they're really looking at everything and trying to really make sure they cover everything, from every little bit of the car to her body to what happened. And now I'm learning about, I didn't know that CRVs had these little, I guess, black boxes per se, that can give a lot of information. And then now they're going to have to extract that out of the water. And is any of that information going to be available because it's been in water for so long? It just seems like there's a lot. And I'd rather have them say for sure, like, okay, it's taken us this long, but this is for sure what happened, or this is what we, after all, looking at all the evidence, this is what, has happened. Instead of
No,
just,
I agree with you. I guess what I was saying is, to me, it points away from a straightforward motor vehicle accident,
right.
because
but
they
hold
are
on.
having to look
Hold on.
and look and look.
Before Zanami, give me 1 second. I just want to finish this. But all right, so I did a real picture. Okay.
Now
One-
you look like you're in college.
I know.
A
Listen
college
to this
art
one.
major.
For clip art.
This
She's
is
got a
better
college art
wow.
major.
This is like Bob Ross kind of shit.
Stop
You
it.
even got happy trees. So okay, I think it was, I forgot who said it before. Somebody said before, had the car get out so far, and I thought they were nuts. But looking at the drawing and the incline, they're right. This is a strong incline, and this would have gone straight in. This wouldn't have floated out. This would have gone straight in.
It's still sand.
What do you mean it's still sand? Well,
Like,
they don't have a sand picture. Oh, they
no,
have.
I mean, there's stuff that slows you down. There really is. Like, you're not going, and I'd be willing to bet with the road she was taking, she's not going, 50 miles an hour on that road. She probably crept up to that, she's creeping, right, if you will, or even lower than 20. She's going, and I don't see that. I don't.
But if she was going in, okay, let's have her go in. This is good. Let's have her go in. She hits the water. Oh, maybe so she floated out that way, and then the engine took over and went in.
Possibly, yeah.
Yes, but remember, because the windows were open, they AWP said what within a minute it would have sunk.
No, they said within seconds.
Yeah, I think it was 15 seconds.
All right. Well, I was in other words, it's not like it's going to float along like a boat.
No.
I mean, within
No.
the minute, it's going to be
But
down.
that still would have left the back this way. But if
Exacto.
she went in, hold on. If
You're good, Laura.
Does it flip, or does it do like anything else, like a whirly? You know what I mean?
Whoop.
Is that the only thing it does is flip? It doesn't like turn in any other way?
no, I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
So if she was going in backwards, she would have gone.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. See, if she was going in backwards, she would have gone, because it's at an angle, she would have gone this way. I don't know if the engine would have flipped it. Hold on. Would have flipped it this way, or if the engine would have flipped it this way. The engine may have flipped it this way.
Yeah.
May I mention something?
All right, hold on.
What if it went sideways? She went forward and actually flipped sideways, because how the water fills up on one side because the window was open
Okay.
and it just started flipping sideways. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about the case.
All right.
Oh,
I
wait.
I have a quick question for Dr. Latina, and then I'm gonna pop off.
Are you coming in? I can go out.
Wait, hold on. Let Zanime ask a question first.
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, no, I just wanted to say, is it Dr. Latina from Truckee?
No.
Or who was that from? Laura
Laura
Taylor?
Taylor's from
That's me.
Laura.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you. Thank you so much actually for coming on any panel and then talking about the Truckee community and stuff. So it's very nice. I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, sure. It's so funny because I've been on a lot of the crime channels, and it's funny to hear people say, "Oh, I'm not going to that little tiny town," and it's nice to let them know, okay, if you're doing crime, this is the type of town it is. You have to know your environment too. I think it's important, you know.
Truckee is very.
You didn't come up here to say how awesome my drawings were? I'm hurt.
Very Bob Ross.
They-
No, it's pretty amazing to actually like talk to somebody who's from that area. So I would come to Truckee once in a while. I've never like this is my first time actually going to the Prosser Reservoir, and it's so beautiful out there. I've like always been around Lake Tahoe area, and can you talk about the actual reservoir and the campground and how favorable it is with locals and some tourists as well?
Well, I think the thing that really, to me, it's the trash thing, you know, pick up after you. We have bears. I mean, we have a ton of bears around here. And, you know, a fed bear, what we say, a fed bear is a dead bear. And that's just, you know, we're just like, we like our animals to be taken care of. And so it's sad when people leave their trash. I think that's the part that gets me the most. And I think a lot of kind of locals get mad about that because we'll go out there and start picking up trash. As far as the lake, I'll have to tell you guys, this is like really gets to me that since this happened, and I can honestly say, and me and my husband take our 3 labs over there all the time to go swimming. I will never look at that lake the same.
Oh, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
I mean, you know, it breaks my heart now just thinking about it. You know, I will never, ever look at Prosser Lake the same. It's sad. It just kind of shows how the world's kind of coming along, and, you know,
Well,
it's all I can say.
also, you mean the lake is drying out as well, and there's a lot of algae that's coming along that we've been having a lot of problems with California.
Yeah. And I do keep track of that too, because it can be some of the, I guess the green bloom algae can definitely, I mean, it can kill your animals. It can kill you. It can hurt you. And so, yeah, I mean, things are changing, and it's just kind of scary and sad at the same time. And now with over here, you guys, the smoke is from the fires is crazy. I mean,
How bad's the fire?
huh?
How bad's the fires?
I think it's only like 18. There's a big, huge fire. It's away from us, but the smoke blows up here, all of, you know, up to Reno. I mean, that's how big this fire is. I think it's got 18,000 acres or some craziness like that. It's probably a good hour and a half drive from us. That would be north, a little north, more north. No, I'm sorry. No, west.
And by the way, are there cameras there
Where?
at the reservoir?
Not
Or
that I'm aware of.
Not even by the boat ramp?
That I don't know.
It's very remote area,
Yeah.
so there wouldn't be any cameras, but there are cameras on the highway, especially one of the main highways because it heads to Nevada.
Yeah, 80 definitely has cameras, and we're the first stop with agricultural station off of 80. So, yeah, there's definitely cameras.
Well, 80 is bad to begin with.
Sammy, you said, did you say 80 had cameras, hon?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the CHP cameras.
They're
Okay.
not, they don't record. We looked
Oh.
into it back
Right.
when the case first started. They do not record. They are only for live cameras. They're live cameras, but they don't record.
Okay.
That must be for CHP so they can catch us speeding because they park along the major highways. And even 89, you'll see officers parked alongside the road, looking for speeders. But that's their job. Any crime or any vehicle stuff that happens on the highways.
Sammy, there may be cameras in the campground, but I was saying right by the water. Are there cameras by the water? Like I was thinking maybe a boat ramp had cameras. That's what I was talking about.
That I don't know where they would put it because the boat ramp's just like a cement that goes straight into the water. It's not any big, huge, it's like a big cement road that ends in the water, the major boat ramp over there in Prosser Campground. And
And Laura, I have another question.
Hmm.
So, all right, let's get back to this. Here is
drawing.
I know.
I can't get past this. So if she went in the water this way, and then she flipped this way, doesn't make any sense.
But then you have to wonder, like the window was open and actually I heard it was open. One of them was down. I believe it was the passenger window. I'm not sure. I don't want to misspeak.
The passenger driver's side was down or broken out. Depends what they ask him because it changes all the time. And then the driver's back window was half open. The driver's side was up, and I don't know about the back passenger.
So then if it was on the passenger side and water started to fill and she drove in, it would have flipped it.
It makes logical sense that it would have flipped it. She's in the water and then
filled really fast through there.
Flip over and maybe, I don't remember the degrees they said.
Does anybody know how hard of an incline that is?
But either way,
like a degree.
Would still
Does anybody have the the degree of the incline?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey,
I know if you don't have a four-wheel drive, you're getting stuck.
Purplex. Again, thank you for letting me on here. I'm actually gonna take off. I just wanted to say thank you to Laura to actually come in on the panel. And also I do want to clarify one thing. My 11-year-old niece is nowhere related to anyone that is connected with this case. As I said, my 11-year-old niece has nothing to do. My 11-year-old niece that I rescued from Ukraine 6 months ago has nothing to do with this case.
But you got to admit, that one picture I showed, they look alike.
11.
But they still
She's
look alike.
really tall. Okay, I get it. She's really tall, 11 years old, and very smart, and has a really high IQ. So has nothing to do with this case, and this needs to get dropped. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, and by the way, thank you for having me on this panel.
You're welcome. Can you stick around for a minute? I got some questions.
Let me think about it. I might come back.
All right. Toodles. Well, that was weird. But okay.
The hell did I walk into?
So I guess somebody needs to find exactly which side it was facing, because if it was facing logically where the front was there, when they flipped it over, they still had to attach it to the back. So then they would have had to flip it around this way as well. And that seems like an awful lot of work.
I don't know, Laura, what you just did though, I swear to God, I watched on the drone camera when they were bringing the car in. What you did, I swear that there were 2 divers in there with a chain, and they turned it in like towards the left. I mean, I could see them maneuver it.
Okay. So
what you just did, how you turned it and said how it would be so much more work. That was exactly what I saw, like in the water.
So they did do it that way. They did do it where she went in this way. The car flipped. The car flipped, went on its side, and boom. And then when I got to get a chain, but when they attached a chain to it,
yeah, because they went
this way.
Yes, that's what I saw exactly in the drone footage.
And then they took it back out. This is some visuals you're not going to see on any other channel. Some kick-ass visuals, just so you know.
I'll give you credit for this one.
There's killer visuals here.
Well, I didn't know they would move either. I'm really impressed.
See? You guys all think I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm Bob Ross and me. Chain. All right. All right, here we go. We'll wait till you guys see this. How you like me now? You got a chain.
What is that? Oh, a chain.
I had it smaller. The chain.
Oh, wow. So that's what there you go. That's what I saw. I saw the in the water. So like the car would be looking at from above. The car was in the water, and then like there were 2 divers that came out and pulled the chain, and they were pulling it towards the left, like turning the car. You know what I mean? Just like you had it.
Okay.
They had it looked like in the drone footage they had to turn it, not only flip it right side up, but turn it to get it pulled back in. And that's exactly what they did. They pulled it from the left-hand side, turned it, and then pulled it up through the back. Yeah.
Okay, so the car, if it went in forward, it was probably like that. Maybe a little more upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to get the back. So
yeah,
they would have
towards like me. I don't know how to say it.
And then no, they had to straighten it first. They would have straightened it.
Yep.
And then attached it.
Yep. But they did use a chain to, when they flipped it, to turn it. Like they pulled it from the, I'd say left if you were looking down on the drone footage.
All right. I have no way to attach the truck to the chain. I tried.
You need a tow bar.
All right. So Laura, I had a question for you before that, and I just let people talk, so now I forgot it. Shit. What was I gonna ask you? I got so sidetracked. Oh, I didn't get sidetracked, but I wanted other people to speak. Oh, now I don't remember. Oh, you said your son was at the party.
No, I said my son went to the party back in 2000 when he was a high school senior here. We only have one high school in Truckee.
Oh, okay. Now, is Truckee that small?
Yeah.
Square miles, yes. We're very
It's,
small.
it's like your little tourist town. You know what I mean? You stop there, get a trinket.
Okay. So it's possible that everyone that lives in Truckee knows each other?
It depending on what you do for a living. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can probably meet a heck of a lot of people. Yeah, that live. Yeah, that you
I'll
would know.
say this. Do you know, Laura, do you know a John or Terry Shields?
No, but I don't really know anyone in my area.
No, the other Laura, sweetie.
Oh.
Why does the last name sounds familiar?
See, it's probably because, and that's what it's like, right? So, you know, but you're just not sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be willing to bet you know each other's neighbors. I mean, you know your neighbors. You know what I mean?
Oh, my husband knows not only the neighbors, but every dog's name in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's like that kind of little mountain town.
So, Laura, what do you think of the theory that that the cops are involved, or that LE is involved, or Placer's involved, or this one's shady because of Wayne Wu? And like, what do you think of all that as a local?
As a local, it makes me laugh.
Okay.
This guy,
Fair enough. Why though?
because just knowing some of these guys, they're just. I think the part that might. I don't know if there's anything with the teenagers and their, like you said, it's a small mountain town. Teenagers know each other, a lot of them. So, given that.
Whose train?
Not mine.
Not mine. It wouldn't be surprised me if, so when this teenager's dad was a police officer or a Nevada sheriff or a Placer County sheriff. But I mean, I never even thought that, just because I don't, they're great people, but I don't know why. To me, it just would not make any sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. The people there are really genuinely good people. Like, they really are really good people.
Like I said, I just don't think that, like across even the United States, and like, look at, this is a horrible comparison, but like the Uvalde, that whole thing, it was mismanaged. Things probably weren't done like they should have been done. But, like, who would expect that in that town? Just like here, it's not, this is something that never happened. So could they mess up? Oh, probably. There's probably a lot of things that could have been done better, or, you know what I mean? Or just, who knows? But that I just don't have, I just don't feel like that's in my thoughts about what I think happened.
Do a lot of people think like you do?
Yes.
Like a lot of locals?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, nobody's even mentioned that. That wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind that I know of, that I've talked to. That's to me like stuff you would see on the TV,
Like, I don't think the cops are involved in, doing something to her at all. I don't. But I do wonder if it could turn into an ego thing because they didn't find her and somebody else found her, an outside, source that is from social media. I can see it turning into an ego contest and just ruling it an accident just because.
I can too.
Or
Yeah.
not wanting to, let's say it comes back that it's not an accident. Well, or they believe it's not an accident. Who they investigating? 300 kids that went to a party? Where would they even start?
I want to see more humility. Yeah.
In actuality, it could truly be that some outside camper came in and did something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
and their egos will not allow that. And it's, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much.
I gotta say this too. So like, and this is the first place I learned it was actually Truckee. Is when you get lost in the woods, you die. Like no joke. And if you're inebriated and you do make a turn, I mean, you don't have very good chances. It's just not. It's the great outdoors, and this is why the Donner family went over there, right? It's not forgiving.
True.
Are locals mad that angry that AWP found Kiely? Did I miss something?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We-
I don't. Where'd that rumor start from? Nobody.
We think they're the greatest thing since white on rice. I
Isn't
mean,
that sweet?
I mean, oh my gosh. I personally, I'm just a little upset with the mom that some of the stuff and I think a lot of us maybe feel that way. That yeah, we understand that you're mourning and stuff, but gosh, like,
Thank AWP, which they
Yeah,
haven't done.
they found her daughter, right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, God, give them the flipping money so they can continue on doing what they're doing to help others. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, they did not get the offered money for finding her, the finder's fee or whatever. And they might not even take it, but still, I think I'd be forcing them to take it.
And they've been so nice about it. They even gave,
I agree.
their Placer County credit for being humble and getting debriefed on what they do,
I do. I think it's an ego thing. I really, truly do.
Yeah.
I just think that they are ridiculous, really, in not thanking them. And even if the father thanked them, it's like I said earlier, when you did your speech the other day or yesterday, you should have thanked AWP, social media, even though some theories are crazy. It's all part of how your daughter was brought home.
Right. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I will say, I think we've all kind of noticed that YouTube has now become, the mainstream media. We all get so sick and tired of being forced into a box on, mainstream media on one way or another, and forced to hear this one opinion, where we come to YouTube and we can have multiple opinions and talk about things and brainstorm,
Agree. I very much agree on that. And you have to listen to all sides, no matter how crazy they are.
Right.
Because you can maybe pick out something. Maybe something they said was just, you know what I mean? I'll pick that out and
That's
keep
one
that
thing
in the back.
I love about Laura is she will always do that. You always do that.
I do. You have to.
That's what happens when you're named Laura.
There you go. That's exactly right.
Question everything.
Except we have to work on your drawing skills, girl.
Question everything, but as long as it's based on logic. There are some things I've heard that are so far out there that you just can't even base it on logic. Then I see other things that are actually based on logic.
Yeah.
True.
And Cat Dragon, I'll agree with that. Zanime is a hero in her own right from the military with whatchamacallit, with the Ukraine. I absolutely agree with that. Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say. Dewey, I need to see a face. All right, you can turn camera off. You can turn camera off. Your camera's on. I mean,
I am. I'm trying to shut it off.
You just click the button where it says stop cam mute.
Nice campaigns, chat,
Please. I'll forget. I'll just leave my finger there. I don't care.
All right. What's up? Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I called to say thank you.
For
calling out Doug.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because he's been doing that essay thing for a while. He's threw that in there, and I'll be honest with you, it sounds like he gets off on it.
That's exactly what I said. I said the exact same thing. I said
And
that he just must love, that must be his own fantasies because it's sick.
It is. It is. And then when I saw that thing tonight, I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
And he's got a whole story to go with it.
Yep.
I mean, it's like nightly. Well, if she got essayed, well, why do you want to put that on this girl? Doesn't she have enough on her back?
I agree.
What the fuck?
Doug from another channel, not Doug.
No, the other Doug is wonderful.
I love all these New Yorkers coming on panel.
I know, I'm leaving. You guys
Well,
have a good night.
I grew up in Queens too, girl.
There you go. I knew that accent.
Okay,
it's kind of hard to hide.
Can I just say something?
Absolutely, Laura.
I'm from California, born and raised.
All right.
I love the New York accent. It sounds like you could beat me up in a heartbeat. It sounds tough and very hard to
hate our accents. A lot of people hate our accents.
I like them.
I like it.
Yeah, they get annoyed.
They do.
My dad's from Hell's Kitchen, so I love listening to it.
Oh, no, and thank you, Dee, but I just, for him to come out with this scenario and all this stuff that she was locked in a trunk and, she got it, like, where are you even? This is like right out of some psycho book or out of the mind of Ted Bundy. Like,
exactly.
That's not even someone that's woke. That's someone that's sick. Like, and that's what I thought of. Like, he's just sick. So,
well, that's it. And I mean, he's been saying it right along. He always had, at least every other day, he throws it in there. Well, she could have been essayed. She could have been essayed. She could have been essayed. And I'm like, well, doesn't she have enough on her back right now? Why would you put this on this poor girl's back? She's gone. You have no proof of this. Nobody has ever said anything about, you're the only, out of all the creators I've listened to, and I've heard some really retarded theories. That's a bad word. I shouldn't use that. But I've heard really strange theories. But this, and then tonight to have it all written down and have a whole scenario added to it.
I agree.
I wanted to throw up. I couldn't listen to the whole thing.
I only heard one little clip. I played another channel.
I don't even want to know. Forget it. I don't want to know.
No, you don't.
All that. I do. I stay away from all that.
Yeah.
No, it'll make you nauseous.
It wasn't Tony. It wasn't American something. It was a guy named Doug from another channel. I'm not going any past that.
That's all I need. Yeah. No.
I don't want to promote the guy, but yeah, it was pretty bad. He went, it was a whole monologue of how he was essayed and this happened to Kiely and that happened to Kiely and that happened to Kiely. And, like, what are you even talking about? And
where does this come from? I mean, like you said, it's his sick mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing, because and you've been around forever. There's some real strange birds out there with channels, but nobody but him has gone to this length or even mentioned FA.
Was that on his live tonight?
Yeah.
It was tonight?
Yes, yeah. Okay. Where he's got it all written out. Because I was like, oh, what is that? And then he started talking. I was like, oh my God. I don't know. I don't know.
I can't even entertain that. I mean,
I just don't get it.
Like, no, why? I don't understand it. Why would you do that? I don't get it. I mean, there's no proof. Nobody said anything like that anywheres. I don't get it. I just don't get it, and it freaking pisses me off.
Well, now we know where it originated from, right? It's not fact,
No.
so.
You know what? It's not fact. But when you put it out there and you say it enough, there's a lot of people that listen to him and one of his big thing is big words in his shows is, yeah, facts.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of people that are going to think, especially since he's got it all written out and everything, it looks all official like. I mean, there are people that are going to run with this.
He wrote this out?
Oh, it's all typed out, Laura.
I know, I'm looking at it. But he wrote all this out?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. Because like I said, he put it up there and then he started reading. And then he got to the essay thing and I heard the back seat and then roll her over the other, into the way back. And I was like, I can't, I'm going to throw up.
Oh my God.
Hold on. He has a 5-page document.
A
manifesto page presentation.
Yes. It's disgusting.
Like, I could see if it was a 5-page note. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why guys this? This is nuts.
I mean, not for nothing. Everybody's all over Upchurch. But this is disgusting. This is sick.
There is literally a 5-page document.
That's what I'm telling you.
Does this guy realize if the FBI ever raids his house, he's in some trouble? They're gonna be asking him some questions.
Dude, Doug, you're not a fucking profiler.
What the hell?
This is sick.
See, why, Laura, you are the only time I have ever come on anyone's live stream, ever. I never called into a show. I've never been on a live stream before, but when I changed his thing, I was like, oh, Laura's on. All right. So I'm listening to you and I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Somebody's calling him out. Thank you, God.
Crazy.
I feel
because when nobody else was saying anything, I was thinking I was crazy. I'm like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I don't know, but
No, like some of these are notes. Some of them I can see being notes that he's trying to look into his own notes. I don't have a problem with that. Like, how does this theory fit into the timeline?
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying the essay part of it.
Yeah, like
I'm referring to the essay part of it, which goes into detail as if there was, like, I don't know, clues or theories. Other people, I mean, like you said before, everybody is entitled to their theory, no doubt. But
crazy.
this,
like, her friends leave. She's drunk, possibly high, falls into a hole at 12:30.
yeah, somebody had
she
said
did
that.
trip
One of the
into a
kids
hole.
said that.
Yeah, she did trip in a hole. She didn't fall.
How do we know she tripped in a hole at 12:30?
Somebody had said that way back when.
I think one of them said that. Yeah, I have it on the timeline. It's just a random thing too, which,
Sure.
Yeah, but he's got that in. He's got it all in there, Laura. And then it goes into this twisted scenario.
She stumbles back to her car, but no headlights are seen because she does not leave. Kiely calls Sammy from outside her car at 12:36, which doesn't happen because the cop said last ping was 12:33.
12:33.
Yeah.
Party noise in background as people try to leave, which we know is not true.
No, that's true. That's what Sammy said.
12, I know, but we know it's not. 12:40, the boys have a fight and she can't drive home because the road is blocked. What boys? Nobody witnesses Kiely leave because she never left. Kiely is in or near her car but does not drive away. The predator waits for the other partygoers to leave during the mass exodus. Kiely passes out. Where am I? Not too far. Kiely may be unconscious. Oh, wait. Kiely passes out or falls asleep in a car or on the ground next to her car, because that's what Doug's done. If she stays awake, she's approached by the attacker, who gains her trust and offers to drive her home, getting in the car with her. Some time passes, and when the campground is empty enough, he essays her in the back seat of her own car. Nobody hears or sees the attack. Kiely may be unconscious during or after the essay, or she may be strangled and close to death or dead. He rolls her body over the back seat into the back. He opens the trunk and wraps a seatbelt around her in case she wakes up when she goes into the water. The end of the belt hangs out the hatch as an anchor point to hold it down. He turns off her phone and location services, later disposing the phone. Right there, his timeline is wrong. The campground is quiet and dark. The time is around 1:30 a.m. Everyone has left. The attacker drives her car to the reservoir at the nearest secluded access point in the water, rolls down 2 windows, and drives the car in. The attacker knows the campground well. Kiely is either already dead or unconscious when her car goes into the water and makes no attempt to escape. Kiely's car never leaves Prosser family campground. The attacker escapes the car and returns to his vehicle or campsite and disappears. What?
How sick is that? How sick? Sick.
I have
weird.
I have one interesting question that I'm dying to find out. What was the car put in? Was it in park? Was it in drive? Was it in neutral?
How'd the guy get out of the car that fast? Did he just climb out his own window? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And the other things he's saying just goes on all the rumors that we've heard.
Yeah.
We know Sammy did not talk to her 12:36. We know Sammy lied.
Right. Well, there's so much more she's lied about too. I caught her a couple times today.
Question, Laura, do you know Sammy or her parents? Are they 62 and 75, lawyer and PI? Like, we've never gotten confirmation.
Sorry, I don't know them.
Okay. All right.
Let me ask you this, Laura. Would you let your son hang out with Sammy?
My son would not hang out with her. She seems like a real, I don't know, but from what I heard, it's maybe you know how he used to have groups, and when we were going to school, like she seemed like the type that would probably be real popular and stuff. Yeah. My son he was more like the designated driver kind of kid.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be his jam.
It would not be his jam.
So check this out. Hold on. It says, what about the tow truck guy? Until we have more proof, I consider it a red herring. Is there proof she was essayed? Is there proof that there was a guy? Is there really? Where's the proof about anything else?
I mean, and he does the whole essay thing step by step.
No.
Nobody can see her. There's no headlights. And then they wait until there's nobody there and she's unconscious and are you kidding me? But then the tow truck guy, no, red herring. We need more information. But you don't need more information on this sick story you made up in your mind.
I know. This long story, detailed.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I remember when in one interview with AWP, Didn't Doug mention that there was a lot more to that interview with the tow truck guy that they weren't going to release yet unless things progressed more? That
Yes.
He did, but I'm still not buying the whole thing.
I don't know about the tow truck guy part of it, but they do have 2 more videos that
Mhm.
they did say they weren't going to release unless, I mean, originally I got the impression that they were annoyed with the cops, and if something wasn't done, they were going to release what they have. But it could be taken the other way too, that once the case is, put to bed, then they'll release their stuff.
If they release it in the next 2 weeks, then my theory is correct. And people don't like my theory, but it's
What's your theory?
that they don't want people who join memberships to watch the video to leave right away. So if they space it out and they keep you hanging, you're not going to cancel your membership for at least 3 months. That's my theory.
Well, that's if you have a membership. I
I'm not
waited.
a fan of that theory, but I'm willing to watch it play out. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
That's what I said. If they release that video within the next 2 weeks, then I'm pretty sure that I'm right. That kind of proves I was right.
Then I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you. I mean, the paywall was bullshit.
Well, no, see, the paywall didn't bother me because they didn't keep it behind a paywall forever. They just said, if you want to watch it first, then you have to buy membership. I don't see anything wrong with that. We do that. Any creator does that, or was supposed to do that.
You have to give perks, right?
What?
You have to give them perks, right? Like your members.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have no problem that they put it behind a paywall at first, because they do that with all their videos. So I see nothing wrong with that. But they space it out.
I'm just say that be a little devil's advocate here. What if they don't release it in 2 weeks and they do wait longer because perhaps what's in their video is very damning?
It all depends on it really all depends on what police say.
Right.
If the police are saying that they're not releasing anything until November 1st, that gives AWP 3 months. That's the 3-month mark that they're going to do 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. And get as many people as possible, and so be it. I don't have a problem with that. Like,
I'm thinking November. Maybe they just threw that amount of months over, just saying the first, but that many months forward, because I'm wondering if toxicology, because it can take a long time to.
That I know. Yep.
That's part of why they just stuck it out there. It comes back earlier, great, but at least they don't want to. You know what I mean?
But guys, there's nothing they need to keep on the down low. Think logically. What are they keeping on the down low? Nobody's been arrested. The tow truck driver, if he really, think about this, if there was something to it, cops would never allowed AWP to put him on in the first place. And that's what everyone keeps forgetting. If there was any kind of true merit to it, the cops would tell them, no, you got to keep the guy out of it. But I'm telling you that he may be an interesting conversation. It may make an interesting video, but the reality is that if there was any merit to it, they would have never allowed it. Plain and simple. No, I believe it'll come out eventually because some people want to see it regardless. But there's just the cops would never, ever allow them to put the guy on there if there was any merit to it. And that's been told to me by multiple police that no, if there was any kind of stuff, and if there was any kind of juice, there's going to be an arrest, it would have never gotten out.
I wondered that same thing. I'll be honest. Like, if the tow truck driver saw them and blah, 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 and there's only 10% that we've seen, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way you can just release half evidence, right? And there's no way that the cops can say, oh, just that part. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, oh, just redact this. You know, they're going to take the entirety.
That's exactly right. They absolutely would have. It's just ridiculous. And that's why when everybody's all like, oh, wait for the tow truck driver and this and that. Nope. You can wait all day long. It doesn't matter. There's nothing there. It may be a juicy story. It may be a sexy story that the tow truck driver and everyone's waiting for it. And it may make great media. But at the end of the day, there's nothing to it. Absolutely nothing to it.
No, I don't believe there is either.
They're building.
I believe he thinks he saw her or saw. I mean, how many blonde girls in California?
I agree. I totally agree with
And
that.
that hat
It is
too.
possible.
Same hat.
It's definitely possible that he believes it,
Mhm.
but there's just nothing to it. And I believe that AWP probably believed it, but
Mhm.
the cops would have never allowed him to release it.
You know what I wanted to ask you about? Did you see do you watch Doug at all?
I'm no thanks now. Not at all.
Okay. Well, there's one that he had up there that I didn't see anywhere else, but maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. About her body.
She was not naked.
No. That they removed her body underwater because when they flipped the car,
No.
He's got something from the news.
Yeah,
on
I
one of
watched that one.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, why isn't anybody else? This is on the news. Why isn't anybody else talking about this? You know, he's suggesting that when they flipped the car, her body fell out and they had a sheet down there and they removed her.
Yeah.
They took her body out and then, you know, it was blacked out here and there on the news. And I'm like, why didn't I see this anywhere else?
Who talked her body? Who took
I'll
her
be
body
honest
out?
with you. Here's my question. Yeah, so there's a video on YouTube right now, and it shows an aerial drone footage of, and it's hard to see. It's one of those where they zoomed in and it's pixelated and all that, and it's kind of suggesting that they took Kiely out of the car in the water and put her in a body bag and floated her towards the shore. Right. And looking at it, I mean, there's a lady in a white jacket, right? But if you look at it long enough, like I looked at it and I had another friend look at it. These people set up chairs out there. They're it's not a body. It's and then there's another cameraman there. What I think it is a wetsuit, an extra wetsuit that somebody put on. I don't know who, but they brought a wetsuit out for somebody.
Hang on, guys. What's going on in chat? Why is Scooby getting attacked? Mods are not allowed to attack anybody. Nobody. What? Hold on, I must be behind. Idiot, but they did answer if she was clothed. Jared and Doug said that they believe she was clothed. And I think Nick said, yeah, she was clothed.
Nick wouldn't answer.
No, on Grizzly. I'm pretty sure he answered. I'm almost positive he answered. I mean, I would have to watch it again. I'm not going to go through it now, but I'm pretty sure that. See, I don't know. I don't remember him saying Doug wouldn't answer. I'm pretty sure that Jared or.
No, Nick wouldn't answer. I don't remember Doug, but I remember them first talking to Nick, and he said he couldn't answer that, whether she was clothed or not.
I don't know. Of course, one said it was closed.
Oh, I gotta get off of YouTube tonight.
He also said if you don't believe Nick, then you're 100% wrong. Huh?
Y'all have a good night, okay?
Who said good night?
Me.
Bye, Whistle Down. Thank you for
Okay.
coming up.
No problem. I'll talk to you
Have a
later.
good night.
You too. Nice meeting y'all.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That comes out, but he couldn't about clothes or keys in ignition. I don't know. I could have sworn I heard she was closed. Someone is making a martini and eating fettuccine. That sounds good. That'd be good at 12, quarter to 1 in the morning. That's where all the essay crap comes from. It doesn't matter. It still shouldn't. Ellie was going to remove Kylie's body until FBI said no. Why not cover the entire tar with a tarp? Maybe they needed people to see it. I don't know. But I'm telling you, call it a hunch. Call it Kiely was clothed. I can't tell you why I know. I just know. Kiely was clothed. Just don't ask me how I know. I just know.
When they pulled that car out, if you look at the video, as it was coming out the back, they had blue tarp over the back, and then by the time they got it all the way up on the shore, the whole top of they had pulled the blue tarp over the whole total top of the vehicle and covering the front window also. So forensically, that would be dumb if they removed the body from the car. That I 100% doubt that that's true.
And think about it, though. As messy as this case was, they didn't say who's got all the background noise.
I got nothing.
It's Dewey. Okay, Dewey, I muted you. If you think about this, when he was coming up, when they were blurring it out, I don't believe that they would have said, oh, we have to blur it out if she was naked. I think he would have automatically come up from the water and not say, I think it's suspicious, but it was suspicious because she would be naked. So that leads me to believe that she was. I just think he couldn't comment because it's a law enforcement thing. But I think he really would have come up differently if she was not naked. I mean, if she was naked. I'm telling you guys, don't ask me how I know, but she was clothed. And if she wasn't, I'd be very surprised. But if she wasn't clothed, then there would be no possible way that this was an accident. So they can't tell you either way. Certain people want you to believe that it's going one way because that's how they make money. Other people will tell you differently because that's how they make money. It's not right or wrong. It's just the way it is. So the lack of information states is being treated as a homicide. I don't agree. And the reason I say that is they don't have anything yet. They're waiting for a toxicology report. They can't give a final answer. They're not going to give you half-ass answers. They're going to wait until they have all the answers, and then they're going to release it. Desiree said, ask Laura the Local. Laura the Local, that's your new name.
I thought you said Laura Loco.
No, Laura the Local, about AAA Nick if she knows. Do you know anything about AAA Nick?
No, I don't. We do have AAA up here, but I do not know. I don't know him personally, no.
Okay.
They have all kinds of drivers.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing for them to report. Matt, that's a good question. That will tell everything, but we may not get the right answer either.
When I was on a stream right before yours. I wasn't on it. I was watching it, I should say.
Okay.
Nick was on that stream, and the guy's name who runs the stream is Ron. Anyway, there was a New York detective.
Duty Ron?
Yeah,
Okay.
a detective
Yeah,
from
Judy
New York detective,
Yep.
and Barbara Butcher, the medical examiner.
Yeah.
And one of the things Nick asked her was, "Can you explain to me a little bit about the bloating you were talking about in a body?" So she explained to him about the bacteria breakdown and stuff, because he said something, I think, that she seemed bloated when he saw her in the car with her, I guess, her legs down. So she had floated up in the back.
Which that's the other thing that I don't grasp. Was she, if her hands and legs were hanging down, how was she sticking to the top?
Because when somebody bloats post-mortem, I mean, they bloat so badly. I mean, if you touch them, they would like kind of open up, explode it per se. So she's got all that gas. Gas is going, it's gas and it goes up. So it would raise her abdomen and her upper body up.
But not her legs or arms?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Not her legs or arms?
No, because there's not that much cellular space, and because by that time her skin's already probably sloughing off. I know this sounds so awful,
No,
but
I saw that.
you know what I mean? Things are they start to break down, and then she's in water, and the water's not super cold to preserve all of her. It's a little on the warm side, because we're like coming, we have had these 90-degree weather and all this stuff lately, and so it wouldn't preserve her body like it should, and it would break down.
Because that's, I'm picturing her, for lack of a better way to say this, like a balloon, and all bloated. But I would think that her whole body would bloat, her arms or legs, which would make her whole body go up, not where she would have hanging arms and legs. You know what I mean? That's why I couldn't grasp the.
Well, because about it, your lungs got all these sacs that are spaces for air to hang out. Your stomach is pretty much a shallow, it's a non-solid organ. It can put stuff in. So are your intestines. So all that bloating is going to, all those gases are going to fill all that empty space, versus your arms and legs that just have bone and just some vessels in it and muscle. Does that make sense?
It does. Oh, Tinker, you didn't see my scientific sketches?
Uh-oh.
Good thing I got it saved for you. I have to show you my scientific sketch. There you go. We got they go water, can go front and flip. An angle. Hey, Matt, question. Because we can't seem to get a definitive answer. Was the front of the car facing this way or the back of the car? It was the back of the car. We can't seem to get an answer. Mr. Fishy says he's swimming away. Car went in backwards. See, it all depends what you listen to. Tinker's a diver. AWP said front of car face out to lake, not to beach. So the front of car. Okay. So then if you flip a car, even if it didn't flip all the way and went that way, the front end would still be the other way. And I don't know. I would need to know exactly what angle it went down on. Well, I guess, nope, it would still be in backwards. Well, Doug's the one that said it was flipped over. The car rolled on its side, it did not flip. Okay, so let's do that scenario. La 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 la. You're driving down. You hit the water. You start to go down. Your car starts to roll. Boom. I guess it could go that way. It could go forward that way. No, because then maybe the engines went that way. That makes sense. It could definitely do that. That would still make it go down forward. Yeah, that would still make it go forward. So if you're driving down, you hit the incline, hit there, you start to go over, the wheels flip. Oh. And you land like that. Nope, because that would still have your front. Oh yeah, that would have the back this way. And then boom. And maybe you will spin more. That would still have the back there though. Fishy's here. You are not going to see graphics like this on any other channel, just so you know. But Nick's the one that said the car was upside down. Nick is the one that said the car is upside down. They did this whole explanation of cars upside down and how they go upside down.
Yeah, but Nick couldn't remember whether the rear end or the front was facing away from where they pulled it out.
Well, come to think of it, though, if you look at Nick's video. Hey, Matt. What's up, Matt?
The roof. You were spot on with that last, the way you had it go in. It went in, and with the passenger side window down, it flipped onto more to the left side, but they found it kind of sideways parallel to the bank.
Like that?
A bit more on its roof.
Like that.
That's pretty much it.
All right. So the back that was the original thing. The back was here. The back.
Yeah.
Because that was what we were trying to figure out.
And then when they used the lift bags to roll it back over, while the lift bags had it lifted up, that then helped them straighten the car up to pull it out.
Because I actually forgot about that open window. That open window. Christ. Now we take the chain, and we chain it, and we bring it back up.
I've got a video to send you. I filmed it in a 2013 Honda CR-V. she could have kicked the car into neutral, going over the back seat, but it will still roll while in drive.
It will or will not?
It will. I pushed the car one-handed with my broken legs while the car was in drive. It rolls very easy in drive, no problem. As for fitting into the back of the hatch, I'm 140 kilo, as you can see. I'm not little. You could fit two of me in the back of the hatch.
Wow.
All right.
That wasn't my neighbor's reaction. They were dumb. So, yeah. With the headrests down, I don't know whether her headrests were up or down or not. If with the headrests down, I could climb over the back seat, no problem.
Yeah, but even the headrest, you could still go through the middle.
No, on the back seat. On the back seat, there's 3 headrests. There's one for each seat. If the headrests were up on the back seat, she probably would have been able to get over that with the pressure of the water coming in. But I would have no hope in hell. With the headrests down, like they are in the video that I recorded, I could climb over the back seat, no problem.
Okay. Hey, Wicked World, you could turn the camera off. All right, what's up, Wicked World?
None. I've been trying to address everybody about something. Is there any way if I tell you what video to go to, you can go and find it and play it so people at least in your chat room can see?
What video?
Do you know Grizzly True Crime?
Yeah.
All right, now type in her channel and then type in drone Kiely. Look for SF's drone video. It'll say drone capture at dusk till dawn. There's 2 of them on Grizzly's channel, but we need the one that's got CB radio playing in the background, and everybody needs to listen to the CB radio because you're going to hear who is involved, and there's 3 people's voices you're going to recognize, and you're going to recognize the faces in the cars. I'm telling you, I live in I'm not going to say, but I live in a town tonight and just found out that a friend of my daughter's has been missing for a week here. And apparently the story is she ordered an Uber, got into her Uber, never made it to her destination. And she's been missing for a week here in Tennessee.
I'm sorry, we're in Tennessee.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
So I've got notebooks. My computer is filled with files. I'm ready to get this shit over with because this is our children, our grandbabies that are going to have to deal with this. And honey, I have caught so much more. Like if you go and if you look at someone else's thumbnail, okay, how does 2 different people that don't know each other have the same thumbnail unless if they're sharing the same computer, right?
No.
Because you know when you make videos, you know sometimes if you'll just go onto your files and you'll just pick out a random thumbnail to add to it when you upload a video, right?
No. Well, you can.
No. Well, yeah, you can, but as creators, and that, we usually will have. You probably do the same thing, but for my channel that I'm starting up, I have a template of what I want my thumbnails to look like, and then I'll drop photos into that template, so then they all look the same. Because if you just put a random picture in there, the YouTube algorithms don't like it.
Can you use a thumbnail that's on somebody else's channel though?
Yes, because you can pull up.
Absolutely.
Google.
But you'd have to crop it out. You'd have to crop out all their information on it, and it would be a smaller picture, right?
All you have to do, I'll show you. Watch.
You could Photoshop it out, or you could be a complete idiot and put it on there with the other person's info.
Gabby Petito, Brian. All right. If I go to images on, I'm not sure. If I go to images on Google, hold on. I can pull up here, Fox cover. I can pull up, usually it says YouTube. Long crimes cover, picture, TMZ. It's very easy to do if you're using pictures.
What if the thumbnail has nothing at all to do with your stream for that day, though? Like, let's say
You'd look
that,
like a complete idiot.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
because let's say there's two people out there searching, looking for clues and hints, and one of the guy's thumbnail just so happens to be a drone footage of the other guy's. So I'm like, dude, how did he get the same thumbnail when he ain't the one that did the drone flying? So
Exactly what you're seeing here. He would have just gone, stole the picture, either played the video and got a screenshot from it, or because
Yeah, here's
YouTube is owned by Google, they show up in your image search like she's showing you now.
you'll see why I'm saying this though here in a sec. Did you find that drone footage on the Grizzly True Crimes channel yet?
Hold on. Like here, it's a YouTube video. So all I would have to do is steal
No,
this.
no, not Gabby, not Gabby. It's
No. I'm just saying. I'm explaining.
She's just showing you how it's done.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I'm not going to play one of Grizzly's videos. What's the missing girl in Tennessee? What's her name?
Desiree Thermer.
Desiree Farmer?
Thermer. THURMER.
How old?
She's 16.
Oh, jeez.
How'd she go missing?
How what now?
How'd she go missing? Like
she was okay, it's on the news channel, and what it said was she was leaving. Okay, now the addresses that she was leaving from on the missing flyer is totally different, because it was saying that she lived at Middlebrook Avenue. We don't have Middlebrook Avenue around here. It's Middlebrook Pike. That she left her address at Middlebrook Avenue to go down to Avalon Street. We don't have Avalon Street here. It's Avalon Avenue. So everything on the flyer is totally wrong. But down on Avalon Avenue is actually where our college campus is. And they claim that she ordered an Uber to go to her destination on Avalon Avenue, and she never made it there. When you go and look at the flyer, she's still missing, but the cops are saying they're not worried about it because, he's pretty sure that it's a runaway case. But she's never been missing this long ever before. And she's also a troubled girl.
What do you mean by
Luckily, Ubers are trackable.
I hope so. Can you find SF Investigates drone footage, though?
Oh, I'm not pulling him up.
Well, if anybody on their own time can listen to the words on the CB radio, because you will identify 3 people's voice, and you'll hear the words "protect the cover-up" at 5.53 time mark.
Are you on Twitter or Instagram?
I don't really trust any of that stuff. I guess you can say I'm a Ryan.
Or do you want to send me? Do you want to send me an email with the link, and the timestamp? So it's Matt Bond Music Studio.
Put it over in the private chat, because trust me, you don't want everybody knowing your email.
No. Oh no. This email I don't care. So it's just Matt Bond Music Studio.
Matt Bond Music Studio
@gmail.com.
Okay.
Send it to me, and I'll actually go in there. I'll find the audio. I'll strip the audio out, and then I'll send it across. So then you've got it to use if you want.
Matt Bond Music Studio @gmail.com.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Go ahead and send it to Matt.
Matt Bond Music.
I'll take the audio out, enhance the audio, and then send it across, and we can have a look at it.
Yeah, because see, that's what I did. I dissected the audio from the video to listen to the timeline, and there's also little skips and everything in it too. You gotta if you slow it down too much, you won't be able to make it out. Like usually on YouTube, I'll slow it down to like 0.75. And also, like, a lot of people don't realize when they watch videos that all the videos quality is on the lowest quality it can possibly be. I mean, you've got to turn the quality all the way up, and it'll pretty much show you everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't trust any video audio coming from SF either. But I am at 3.5 hours. I said I wasn't doing a long live because I really needed to do something. So I am cutting.
Good job.
But I am going to cut this.
Ha.
So I want to thank everyone on panel. Laura, the local, I would love for you to come back as well.
Sure.
Anytime. So, but yeah, I really didn't want to go this long. I still have to make whipped cream. Not real whipped cream, but wax whipped cream, and I forgot to do it. So
I want whipped cream.
it's not real whipped cream, it's wax whipped cream. Yeah,
I can't have dairy, so that sounds even better.
There you go. SF deleted his channel. He hid his Twitter. Yeah, he's a real freak. Yeah, you guys can go look at whatever she's talking about on your own. You don't need
Grizzly True Crimes. That's what channel it's on. She's the only person who has that video right now because he's deleted it. Like you said, he's deleted everything.
Everyone downloaded it as soon as it was posted. It'll be on heaps of channels.
Yeah, but it could be anything.
Yeah, I'll cut it out and enhance it for you.
Do you know CB radio codes too? Like military talk CB radio codes? I mean, dude,
I don't, but my brother knows it inside out and backwards.
Okay.
What's the name of the video it's on?
It's called the search for Kiely. Hold on. It's called the search for Kiely drone footage at dusk and Prosser 2 Truckee. And it's got like a blue thumbnail on it. And the first thing you'll see is SF driving down the road. And, you know, the CB, it'll cut in and out. And also, he runs into check it at 2.24. They run into each other right around the corner. Check it says, "Can I talk to you about something for a minute?" And then SF cuts his video feed.
What time?
2:24 when he runs in to check it. 5:34 is whenever the words on the radio, you have to listen at the very last bit. And then it'll say, "Protect the cover up."
All right. Be quiet. Everyone be quiet. I didn't mean be quiet to you. I'm saying
Oh,
everyone.
yeah, I got you.
And it also, as you notice, doesn't have sharp, drop-offs on the side of the roads, and it's hard to see, but there's, residential houses back in here. So it's not hard.
That's a police scanner.
You cut it right at the end of it. Right at the end of it. Like, let it play the rest of the way, because you cut it like right when it said Cove.
It's not hard.
You hear it?
No.
I'll remove that rumble for you.
So it's not hard.
Don't say protect the cover up. That's not what they say.
Yeah, they wouldn't be crazy enough to say that over a radio, knowing that there's people listening.
It doesn't say protect the cover up.
You don't think it sounds like it?
No. No.
Police, let me explain how this works, guys. The police scanners are worldwide. You can pull up any police scanner at any given time on any channel in any state. That's why they speak in code, and every single thing a cop says is in code. It's in numbers. They say 424. It's 464. We have a 640. We have a 440. They don't speak. So
yeah,
they didn't say protect the cover up. They may have meant protect the tarp. I don't know.
Another reason what made me think that is, I listened to the whole conversation of this CB. Like you're just listening to the
Yeah.
5.3 ups. If you was to start the whole video over and watch and listen closely, you actually see Zanime over on one side. You
Oh
see
my
Check
God.
It there, SF. I'm not just because of Ryan, but it's true. Like I've been driving myself crazy over this stuff for like 2 weeks. And on Zanime's video, she goes to a spot, and if you play the captions, you can hear her say, "There she is," while she points down at the dirt.
You're Creek Squad, aren't you?
I'm just, telling you all what I hear,
No, it's totally cool. I'm just messing with you. I'm totally messing with you.
But did you know that Miss
I'll
Santeria
clean it up so you can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'll gladly do that for you.
Can I
I
just say
don't hear anything.
before?
Yeah, and
Well-
I mean, I'm not saying Zanime wasn't there. I mean, she lives there. Laura up on panel could have been there. She lives there, but there's no conspiracy. Like as far as Zanime, she got thrown into this, and I'm not really sure who, why, what, when, or how.
Okay, can I say one thing, guys? Can you hear me?
Kind of cutting in and out.
Can you hear me now?
But what I'm saying is, and I'm saying this to Chad, not you, Hunt, but the cops speak in code for a reason. They're not going to just outright say, protect the cover up. That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Cops don't say
Well,
those
yeah,
over the radio.
they do it for two reasons. One, they don't want obvious graphic details getting out so easily.
What does it mean
And
whenever
two,
it's
faster.
They say a code and then they say something, you're on personnel. What does that mean on radio talk? Because someone cut in on their conversation and told them that they were using a personnel line or whatever.
That means that they called on the wrong line. If you call 911, you call an internal phone line or you call the non-emergency.
It's also very common in cases with missing people, deaths and that, where they'll radio it in so that there's a log of it. But then if they don't want the details broadcast over the air, they will say, ring it in on your mobile, which is call in on your personal. If you want, I'll have to sweet talk him, so I'll have to buy him some chocolate or something. But I'll ask my brother to sit there, have a listen to it, and decipher all the code. That's his hobby and pastime. He spends his life sitting there listening to the police scanners. So he knows
a lot of people do.
way
A lot
too
of
well.
people do.
Yeah.
They spend day in and day out. I knew drug addicts that would listen to their local police scanner 24/7, literally 24/7. And
Yeah, that's why over here they're bringing in digital radios for the police now, so then you can't get them on the scanners.
Here in the South, we love listening to the truckers, so we always listen to CB radios. It's kind of something we do.
Now, someone else said that they said we're going in, cover us. They wouldn't say that over the radio either. They would speak.
See, it's like I hear the word cover.
They'll use the code, yeah.
What is it?
Someone said that we're going in, cover us, but I don't even think they would say that.
Yeah, no. It didn't sound like it. I'll clean it up in my software and that, and I'll send you through the clean audio so you can have a play with it. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Hello, Laura.
Yes.
Hi. It's me. I'm still here. So just also, I just kind of want to make this clear to you guys. Check It is local.
Okay.
I know him. And
why is he creepy?
What?
Why is he creepy?
Oh God, no, he's not at all. It's probably just he's got his camera and stuff, but he's a very big-hearted guy who just wanted to help out and help look for Kiely, and happened to be just obsessed like some of us crime people trying to find anything, and just he was.
What are the locals?
He came.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came across to me like that too.
Yeah, he's
I
just
found a,
just a good guy. He's got a family.
I
He's
found a
got,
picture of Chuck and Saname together from 6 months ago. It's on
Oh
her
my
TikTok
God.
page.
well,
Seriously, I've got it screenshot.
Okay. I don't doubt it.
If anybody has TikTok, I don't like TikTok. I don't like Instagram because apparently the rumor is that that's how they're finding everybody, all these young girls, apparently.
Are you
So
on our research team?
no.
I like
But
Ryan, so I'm just busting with you.
it just kind of cracks me up when I hear, because I've bounced off and because I don't know everybody involved in these crime YouTube videos that they're making, and it just cracks me up when I when I listen to people talk about him. It's like, God, if you guys knew him, he is just so chill and such a nice guy and with a big heart, and he's just trying to help it, and he just doesn't, you come across something like
I
that and
agree.
the police aren't coming, nobody's coming to pick up the stuff, and it's like he was pissed about that.
But what made him even go out there to look for it in the first place?
Because basically what happened when this all happened, there was just a ton of locals just searching everywhere. I mean, everybody who could get involved. Remember, we're not a big place. We're getting involved and just scouring the whole area. And, he probably just had it in his mind, well, I'm going to look here anyway. And, and just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
What was he looking for, though?
Probably just looking to see if there was anything. I mean, remember the water had receded quite a bit. So yeah, something like the laptop would probably be shiny from the bottom of the lake right there. Whereas it's so funny because if her car was upside down and the lake obviously was fuller, the upside underneath the car is not painted. It would look black. So it would be harder to see in deep water if it was upside down. So now that here's the water receding, I'm wondering if anything else is going to show up as they start letting more water out.
Which is just so weird. Like,
I know.
Someone said, ask the caller why Chuck had a string in his videos, posting his videos. He said he'd post them, but now he's asking for money instead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked at any of his more recent videos.
I don't know what kind of videos there would be. He found the stuff, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen a notification that he was supposed to went live today with Nick from AWP at like 4. And then, like all day long, I kept going to see if, he had done that, and then he's not posted anything.
Well, just remember, too, he's a new YouTuber, and it's not his 100%. So maybe that's why.
Also, Nick is being very careful what channels he goes on now.
And I blame him. Some of these channels really trip me out.
Yeah.
I know Doug, I think, is going on Tyler tomorrow. I don't know what time, though. I heard Tyler announce it before.
Yeah, I watch Tyler, too. You watch Tyler?
I love Tyler. He's my buddy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, dude. I love listening to Tyler, dude. He's so awesome.
He is. Tyler's my buddy. Talking about Sean Austin's friend. Oh. It'll depend on if she was dead or choking as it relates to air and lungs. Who said anything about choking? I mean, I can't say she wasn't, but because we don't know.
So anyway, you're New York.
He's what?
He's going to go live with her.
With who?
The Bay girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. He's
I'm gonna
crazy.
put my pizza in.
All right.
You want pizza?
Yeah, go ahead, put mine in. Ron's getting ready to go live on Queen Bee's channel, y'all.
Oh God.
Did you watch him on Tony last night?
What?
Did you watch him on Tony's channel last night?
Yes, I did. I was live, and I saw it.
Oh my God! Like I did not know what to think, because I've been on Tony's channel, and Tony's always seemed kind of legit, like I've never thought anything bad about Tony until Ron showed everybody that last night. I'm like, oh my Lord, I mean, I know Tony's channel is a little bit out there, but I kind of accepted it because there's all kinds of rejects all over in the world. I was once upon a time a reject, so it was a channel to where he welcomed anybody, and I thought that was awesome. And then he showed that Oh my God. And I don't know, dude.
That's funny. All right, but I am going to shut down. I wanted to shut down 20 minutes ago, but now you guys all have somewhere to go. Head over to Queen Bee's, and maybe Ryan will go ballistic again. And last
Yes.
time on Queen Bee's was not pretty for the most people. I had a great time, but most people did not. So, all right, but I will see you guys later. I want to
Yep.
thank all my
I
guests.
answered your question in the message that you sent me about the photos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't checked.
So I answered that, and I also sent you the link to the videos that I filmed in the CRV.
All right.
So that'll be in your Twitter.
Okay. Thank you. All right, guys. I want to
And
thank
then, yep,
everyone for
when
this.
you send through this email, I'll clean it up for you and
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
pass
please
it to
do.
you.
All
Yeah,
right.
hey, I sent some
Not a problem.
musicstudio@gmail.com because I sent you an email too, right?
Yep, that's it. Just send me
All
the
right.
email with the details. I'll clean it up, and then I will pass it across.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks
No
for
problem.
coming out, hon.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Stay spiffy.
She's
Later.
so sweet. All right, Matt. I'll talk
Yeah.
to you later. Thank you.
Sounds like a plan. I'll catch you after. Bye.
See, my thing is I could never get mad at someone like Wicked because her voice is so sweet. And how could you ever get mad at her? I could mess around with her, joke around with her, not mess around like that, but joke around with her, like stuff about Ryan, but she's just so sweet. You can't even get mad at her. She's one of these people that, like, you yell. Like, if she yelled at you, I would laugh. Like, if she really got into a fight with me and yelled at me, I would just laugh. She's just that kind of accent, and I love it. No, that's not Ryan's girlfriend. But you know what I mean? She's just so sweet. And that's why, like, I was, joking around. Exactly. It makes her adorable. I totally agree with that. So that's what I'm saying, though. She just reminds me of, that's why I was like just joking with her. Like, I don't know. It's just such a sweet accent. So, and she's very like innocent, like everything is so innocent, and she's just funny. So, all right, but I am going to get off because I need to get this done. And I will show you guys tomorrow. But yeah, I need to get this done. So I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. And it is now 1:30 in the morning, and head over to Queen Bee's because it should be interesting. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. You asked me in Discord, Wonder.